you talk about Snooki on the show. Talk about Snooki.
Here we are to talk about professional wrestling.
Nobody knows the whole story, so I'll tell you.
How about you, Jason?
Oh, this is like a murder room. This is great.
Lots of black sex magicians out there, right?
And look down like, what the fuck?
Oh, we're gonna just do it this way and nobody's gonna stop us.
I want to show that a real champion has to do things for the community, for your people, for other women.
In this business, what you sell is emotions. If you manage to get people invested, you did it.
That's for sure some videotapes.
It's time for another MMMshow.
I mean, when Snooki runs for governor, I don't really see what the problem is in having somebody from the Jersey Shore in politics. It's way better than somebody from the Hills or Laguna Beach or whatever the hell. Welcome to another edition of Mass Mats and Mayhem. I'm your host, Justin Outlaw Harvey. You can find me on social media at Justin Harvey 75. You can find the entire show on social media at MMMshow 75. And there's lots of fun stuff to talk about. Wait a minute, this is all mixed up. Bear can't be up there. Tony can't be over there. Comatose is where I like him. Okay, this is great. Now we're cooking with kerosene lamps. And my head keeps disappearing because of my video. I hate when that happens. Anyway, I got stuff to talk about. I'm coming in hot.
Oh, you're heated?
Means anything to you guys? Does that mean anything to you guys coming in hot? Tony says we should be able to get this show done in an hour and 12 minutes. Is that what you said?
That's metric. Those are metric measurements.
Yes.
That
sounds about right.
If you want to see Tony get it done in an hour and under an hour 20, tune in tomorrow for, what are we calling this show? Quiero Lucha?
Yes, Quiero Lucha.
We're going Espanol. We're going Spanish.
Also, if you want to know what we're saying, learn some Spanish from here to tomorrow.
From now, just learn it fast. No, like, look, we've always had respect for lucha libre, Mexican culture, especially in wrestling. On this show, we've also, as part of the Lucha Central Network, gone back to back with other Spanish language content and broadcasters, and we've even done, we used to do Triple Mania watch alongs that were bilingual watch parties even back in the day. So not that my Spanish is good enough to do that, but join Tony and who else is on the show?
Danila de las Luchas,
yes.
Very popular. Very, very
She's
popular.
A little bit popular.
I'll tell you what happened during this during our fun weekend that we had here. And Pato, which is apparently Daniel's new name. He's supposed to be here, but he is editing the audio of the show for tomorrow.
Oh, duck butt, come join us. Come say hi.
Duck butt, seriously, already? He's probably listening to this.
Come say hi, Ducky. Anyway,
you're
going to miss out on a good conversation too, because I know that we've talked about it already. And this is the funny part about it. This is when we were supposed to talk about it. We weren't supposed to talk about the El Grande Americano thing until tonight. Yeah. But because it was what it was, we've talked about it all freaking week. We talked about it during the pay-per-view for WWE. We talked about it during the review show for Raw. And we're going to talk about it tonight on the big show too, because damn it, it's the best thing that's happened in wrestling in like a decade.
Wait,
so we'll get to that.
How many hours have we done this week of this, including the live streams that I've...
Well, I mean, we even did a watch along of the actual match in Spider Noir version. But I want to, I'm actually going to start with the Lucha Underground thing, because I want to say a few things. Like, a few people were like, Sean Ross Sapp put out this story earlier today that may or may not be fully accurate, and some other people have put some stuff out, and they're like, Justin, why didn't you explain it? Why didn't you say it? Well, first of all, we did. It was on this show. We did not make a clip out of it. I didn't want to publicize it. And we thought about it and we talked about it and we could have. We had some other content that we were kind of pushing at the time. Plus, Skip Chasen told me personally what was going on. And I did say that on the show. So the information was already out there, but I didn't want to ruin his whole thing. Like, they had a thing going. They had good buzz going. I wasn't going to step on their surprise or their parade or whatever. Like, so if people didn't catch that I said it and told them what was actually going on, great. Good. My homie gets the rub that he's looking for. So let's talk about it now for a minute, because this is exactly what's going on. Everyone's talking about Amazon, MGM, this, that, and the other thing, blah, blah, blah. From the way I understand it currently, and believe me, this is not written in stone because nobody completely understands everything about Lucha Underground. But from the way I understand it right now is that the El Rey team has the digital broadcast rights to the show. It isn't MGM or Amazon. I believe maybe they have some sign off to it or whatever. And they've worked closely with El Rey the whole time. Like, there was no animosity between those groups in the distribution side of it per se. So what it looks like is that El Rey actually has still the digital distribution rights. Factory Made still has some of the rights somehow, which is also tied up with El Rey and Robert Rodriguez and that side of things. AAA and Dorian's part that used to be Lucha Libre FMV has been sold to a different company. So I don't believe Dorian owns any of it anymore. But of course, WWE owns all of the AAA properties that were part of Lucha Underground. And Amazon MGM owns the production rights. So nobody else can make the show without going through Amazon MGM. They have the right to make any future product of Lucha Underground. So when all this talk came out, if you didn't catch it, there was promo, an AI promo with a mask, or what was the promo, Byron? Can you describe this piece? I mean, this great promo.
The mask was someone wrote a sentence and pressed enter, and the sentence was something like, show a cloud of smoke, and that show a Lucha Libre mask that had just finished smoking weed, and then put in music that had nothing to do with the show. The show had, Law and Order has dun dun. There was a Lucha Underground.
Wow, that was the worst dun ever.
I don't want to get sued. Last time I did it, it was too accurate. I lost a house.
Gotcha. Right.
But Lucha Underground has Underground, like, whatever thing. So, like, there was absolutely no intellectual property from Lucha Underground in it. It was incredibly bad.
But that actually worked to their favor, I think. It made it more
mysterious.
Yeah, it made it more exciting. Of like, is this a new character? Like, it was so haphazard that it actually made you think more.
It caught your attention real quick, didn't it?
Well, you know, like on my end, I was like, oh, they're just putting up the. I was like maybe a little jaded here, but I was like, oh, the show will be available, which actually is not even available outside of the United States.
Well, we'll get there because I can tell you what's going on with that too. So,
archive.org.
But basically, so they ran this trailer, and like I was saying, I think the fact that it was a bit haphazard is the polite way that I'll put it actually helped, because you figure if you put up a Mil Muertes mask or a King Cuerno mask or something, what's going to happen? HDF's phone is going to ring. Somebody's going to call Macias and be like, dude, are you doing this thing or whatever? The fact that it was not a mask that was associated with anybody and it was this weird AI promo. Now, Skip Chasen, if you know Skip's the guy who directed all the vignettes. He's part of the style and the look. He's one of the best directors out there for this kind of stuff. You give him a half a camera, one sound guy, and $10 budget, and he will churn out the coolest promo you've ever seen in your life. I'm pretty sure Skip was out that day that they made this promo, even though he's still part of this whole thing. But I think that Skip had some other stuff going on. Anyway, so I talked to Skip, and Skip was basically like, yeah, bro, sadly, Lucha Underground isn't coming back yet, but we are dropping the library on YouTube one at a time, once a week, like the old show, and we're hoping to get people back into it. So what I will say is this. It's not the grandiose, crazy thing that a lot of people were hoping for, but American audiences that are into a lot of these stars that are out now, go give Lucha Underground a watch. They've got 2 episodes up right now. They've got the first 2 episodes up. I will say this. The first 10 episodes are, but you'll see some of the, like, where Pentagon came from and Phoenix and some of these other guys. And by the way, Pentagon was kind of a jobber when he first came in. He was not the guy that they were really high on. It was actually Phoenix at the time.
It was literally the AAA version of all those guys.
All those guys, yeah.
So but it's interesting to watch also, because if you go back and watch our interviews with Skip, you talk about and to Joseph and everyone else about their intentions and their style at the beginning, and they had such a heavy telenovela style for the first few episodes, and you get to see it adapt, and then you see like 1 or 2 promos where they hit the style where they do the colors, they have the lighting, they do all like the Hong Kong Bruce Lee kung fu like stuff, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, this is badass, all these wrestlers are badass, and then you get hooked, and then Hero starts doing his thing.
A big part of it was the big bosses disappeared. So, when you're first starting something like this, you actually have Robert Rodriguez and Mark Burnett like hanging over your shoulder, and the Univision guys that were funding some of El Rey were hanging around, and Dorian's business partners that had invested some of their money, and Dorian's trying to look like the big baller, and he's got all this input at first, but then he's got to go run a whole other promotion back in Mexico. Then Mark Burnett's got to go do, some Spanish Inquisition reality show on ABC for $7 million an episode. And Robert Rodriguez has to go make Spy Kids 15 because Carla Gugino has aged a day.
Leave him alone. Those are quality movies for Mexican
kids. I love those movies. I'm more of a Shark Boy and Lava Girl guy, but that's okay.
I love those better. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But anyway, so those guys start disappearing, and all of a sudden Tony Jensen is like directing backstage, and he's getting all these camera cuts down, and he's figuring out where the jib should go, and he's creating this great style in the ring for wrestling, and Krista Joseph and Chris Roach are left to write these storylines and fight with Conan every day because Conan wants to do traditional lucha libre, and they want to do all this mystic, weird X-File shit, which was awesome.
Was Lucha Underground the first show that did the jib shot bird's eye over the turnbuckle for those moves for like the 630 and a shooting star?
No, actually WCW did it a few times, believe it or not. Way back in the day.
But should we just say for the sake of our show,
we should get Tony Jensen on the show too, because he is more of a switcher that kind of got bumped up to director, but he's also and he's also a field producer kind of guy, so he's one of our people, Byron. But he had this jib guy the first year who was like a real vet, like old school union jib guy, and he came in with a bunch of really cool ideas, and I think he had done some of that stuff from kickboxing and whatnot. I think he may have even been one of my jib guys when I did lion fights, but but the whole style developed, and you see there's some growing pains in those first few episodes or whatever. But if you're in America and you've got the old YouTube, you can fast forward a little bit and you can go find the stuff that's interesting to you. And believe me, there's going to be great stuff to watch. Like, you hear all the time about Chelsea Green being in Lucha Underground. Well, you can see her storyline now. You can go back and watch some of that stuff in a year when they get to that episode. You can see Thunder Rosa's debut back when nobody in America knew who she was. She had just wrestled in Japan. She was wrestling up in NorCal Indies, and that was pretty much it. You can see where
Io Sky
came in and did stuff, and you can see where all these people came from, and you can see guys like Tejano that should have gotten a better run here in America, and Willie Mack and lots of other people. So the surprise, not a surprise. The show is just dropping one a week. They're already they've already got the first 2 episodes out. The third one will be out in 6 days, five days. So give it a watch. I mean, maybe we'll start talking about some old episodes here. We've talked about the first 10 episodes numerous times, so I'm not going to do that yet. But maybe when we get a little further into season 1, we'll all watch some episodes and whatnot. Now, that's a problem because this is a very international show, and internationally, you can't see any of this stuff. They have the U.S. digital broadcast rights only because they were a U.S. digital cable network. And then they went into a digital world. And so now, after all the legal blah, 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 they found that they have the rights. But literally, they only have the rights here in the U.S. So they have geo-blocked the show everywhere else. VPN. But
archive.org.
Sponsor us.
But yeah, I know. It's super duper weird to get a VPN and then actually put in the United States for it instead of someplace cool. But I get it. But if if you have one of those programs on your computer, you can still watch it because literally the only other way to get it right now is you either got to buy old DVDs that are out of print or you have to pay for the whole series on Amazon Prime. And it is not cheap. It is like $80 a season or something.
Send us a DM. We'll help you out with we'll help you
buying it. We'll help you out with buying it.
Because we need
getting
to support
them
doing things
right
legitimately and legally. I thought, here's my take on the whole thing. We went through this like a month. It feels like a lifetime ago, a month ago, whatever it was. And the episode started airing, started going up on YouTube. And then today, I guess, Fightful, is it today or yesterday? Fightful started posting. Yeah. Hey, I'm hearing
inside story.
I'm hearing an inside story that they might start putting Lucha Underground online to watch somewhere. And then I was going to reply, no shit, you fucking dumbass. Sorry, are we 16 in?
Oof,
we're 16 in. We're good.
16.
But there was already just a litter of comments. People replying, yeah, here's a link to the episodes that are already there. They're putting them out once a week. It's already happening. Everyone knows about this. I don't know what they were breaking.
Oh God, Man Deep is back. Sorry, I'm
Revo
sorry I missed all these wonderful comments.
Wait, is he talking to or Danny?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh man, I love you, brother. I'm gonna have to come over your house and watch that shit. You got some kind of event coming up too, don't you? Talk to me about it.
Yeah. Give us those details.
Anyway, yeah, we were just talking about it and how fast Fightful jumped on the story a month and a half after we reported it for real, directly from the source, which was Skip Chasen, the chief creative officer of El Rey Network, who is the person who's been pushing to bring it back in any fashion. Now, the other thing I will say is Skip made it very, very clear that he said that's all they're doing for now, ... He's making no bones about it. He would love to do more with it. There are people out there who are in positions of power and in control that really want to do something with the Lucha Underground property. But as I mentioned before, you don't know a single wrestler that has been approached because none have. There is no revival of Lucha Underground yet. There have been people who have talked about it. They've talked about it very seriously over at Amazon MGM, but there's no real plans at Amazon MGM to do anything with the property right now, or their portion of the property, which is the other way that you have to understand it.
What will be the actual goal? Just the brand itself? Because I don't think you get, like, all the characters are either scattered or they're signed to very big companies.
You could make new ones. But
that's the whole thing. Like, I talked to some of the people involved a few years back about some ideas of, doing a reality show version of it, actually, where basically everyone was competing to get into the various tribes, and you just cast new tribes and you take that whole world to another place.
Well, the current champion, if I'm not mistaken, is available.
I mean, if slap fighting,
Tony,
if he can get out of concussion protocol from slap fighting, then yes.
If he can get out of,
but the current trios champions are not available.
I'm baiting Byron at this. This is what I'm just doing this for Byron right now.
No, he's a cool guy. He's nice.
See?
I was a fan of his work on that show.
I like Jake Hager. I know his politics are not that representative of my own politics, but that doesn't mean that I don't like him as a human being. I'm not mad at all the people who have opposing politics to myself.
He's entertaining, I gotta say.
I think
you don't know what he's going to tweet.
I think he's kind of dumb about his politics, and he makes it be an issue.
I agree.
Like when he drunk tweets about his boss being a communist, you know, it's like
Koma is here in spirit. He's watching the game just like me right now, because he's even chatting on the chat of the show.
Slap money for some people is good. Depends on who you are.
I don't know
if you're a name coming in. Our friend the Moth got a better payday on an untelevised prelim than some of the people that were on the main card.
I want to give a shout out to Marty the Moth Martinez.
Question mark? It's Marty the Moth Casillas.
Yeah, no, that was his gimmick name.
Officially
is was Latino, like
wasn't that his like gimmick name though? But I want to give a shout out to Marty.
He was one of those Tony Allen Latinos.
Yeah.
He was. I am a full Latino. I'm just making my name palatable to you, not because then you'll get too dumb if I.
I know, but I'm saying like he was a little paler. He could have used some sunblock.
His whole thing was great. He came in as a crazy fan. He came in as a crazy fan who wanted to fight, who wanted to be a part of the show he loved so much. He was one of us. And then he eventually started kidnapping their top female star and just being a total psychopath, just like one of us. But I want to give a shout out to Marty the Moth. He does his own show, and I think we've tried to get him on, but he competes with us with streaming airtime. But
yeah, every time he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'll come on," and I'll be like, "Okay, so what about this time?" And he's like, "Oh man, I got to do Twitch then." And I'm like, "Oh, so what about this time?" "Oh man, I'm going over to Vegas to train slap fighting again with Zicky." Like,
yeah, they were fun, but if you get to see him wrestle, see him wrestle. I'm kind of bummed that he never really broke through on TV, American TV wrestling. He was cool with the clowns in AAA. He went to Cody's training school just to get airtime at AEW during COVID, and they still fucked him off.
He tried, man. Brother,
he's in Denver. He's in Rocky Mountain Pro in Denver.
But he does great work. He's awesome.
If you're in Denver, check him out.
Yeah, I mean he does all the elevated states over there. He's a Utah boy. He does like Albuquerque, Denver, and Salt Lake.
Former Lucha Underground champion. He's the man.
And if you happen to hear that he's going to Vegas, I guarantee you he will be at what is it? Micromania.
Oh, Micromania. Those guys are so cool.
He was just here in the Dells.
Like as soon as WrestleMania week started, like before WrestleCon was even unpacking the tables for people to do signings at, Marty was already over at Micromania posting on his Instagram or whatever. I was like, dude, and I caught him there last year. Like he's just always there.
Comment? Justin, give a shout out.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
I'm gonna say.
Okay.
So those are the two.
A person just ran into the game.
A person just ran out on the floor.
Person just ran out.
This is exhilarating.
Is that what's happening?
That's my drop of the week.
He does.
Basketball.
Wow, hockey is what you meant to say there. So those are our two opening topics. I'm going to talk about the big
Marty
topic
the
of the week now. No, Marty the Moth is not the topic.
We talked about 17 topics. Tony was bragging about how many topics he did in 45 minutes earlier. We just did 17 in 20 minutes.
Have no conclusion or points. Nothing. None of these can be made into a real.
Moving the goalposts.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make all the Lucha.
Now you know
Underground.
how I feel about America.
All right. Well, here's the hot take, and here's the question. It's the face. Big question of the week. Is Grande Americano the biggest luchador star in Mexico now?
No, next question.
Okay.
That's
great.
the most dumbest thing I've ever heard. Okay, you can't have 1 week of being awesome and popular and usurp, legendary, careers that are still going in all of Mexico and Lucha Libre. However, he is currently perhaps the hottest single talent in AAA at the moment, and he might be one of the top trending topics in Lucha Libre, but he is, from the authoritative voice of Lucha Libre on the MMM show, he is not the top luchador in Lucha Libre now.
This whole thing is
I disagree, but go ahead.
I mean, he will have probably the most exposure. But your question is in Mexico, Justin. Just so I don't know how you guys can comment on this. But
I'll tell you how in a minute. I'll get to my point. I'll get to my counterpoint.
This is Mistico is the biggest luchador in Mexico, and it's by far the biggest one. Right now.
Okay, yeah. And I'll tell you this:
how big he is. He was the one that announced the Mexican national soccer team for the World Cup,
which is huge.
BTS is a fan of his.
They went to see him at CMLL Arena Mexico. That's how big this guy is.
I get it. So did Bad Bunny.
2 weeks in a row, we're name dropping BTS.
Americano is the Eminem of the
I don't know. What did you say?
Eminem, yeah, not the MMM, the Eminem.
The Eminem.
You say Americano like it's a swear word.
I mean,
you got a little.
It's a white cultural appropriating over down here.
Did I say that?
Like it's a slur.
Okay, so
like I was opening ordering a coffee.
Here's my whole point. Yes, Mistico is huge right now, obviously. Here's the problem, in my opinion. The winners write the history. And when the history gets written 20 years from now, if CMLL doesn't step up a few things real fast, WWE is going to rewrite this year with a German guy who's playing an American guy who's pretending to be a Mexican guy as the #1 star of all time in Lucha Libre history.
Go.
This is what will happen if they win. I don't know. Has anyone seen the Monday Night Wars documentary recently? Yes, they acknowledge Eric Bischoff's 83 weeks, and then they go on for 5 episodes to talk about how they trounced him.
I do like the one.
They give him a half an episode on the 83 weeks he kicked their teeth in.
Yeah.
Half an episode. And then there's 5 episodes on them closing shop on WCW.
Listen,
the one his revisionist history I did appreciate on that whole series was they went back to that Starrcade match for Hogan Sting, and they booked it in the editing the way it was supposed to be booked, where Sting dominated and had a fast count. They sped up the tape for the fast count that never happened.
Exactly. I mean, and it's not even retconning, because when you go back and you look at the history, they're not going to be talking about Mistico. So my point is less about what WWE does, because they do what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to make their product look good. Then Now Forever Together is their stuff. And now the AAA library is part of that. But WWE is going to lean into the part of their AAA library that they created more than the part that was there before they got there. You don't see a whole lot of old AAA clips. They have all that footage. They don't show a whole heck of a lot of it, do they? And they're not going to.
It's an archive, and it's on
the
internet.
Vault.
If you can,
right?
That's but I mean, WWE is the vault.
I mean, if WWE was smart before that El Grande Americano match, they would have said so many great moments have happened here in AAA, like this one, and Vampiro standing there like, play my goddamn music now. I can't move. I'm frozen in time until you play my music. It doesn't matter if Conan keeps calling me out. It doesn't matter what he says about my. You have to play my music, or I cannot move. Play my music. Play my music. The best moment in Triple Mania history. That
is a great point. No matter how good WWE produces AAA TV now, it will not match the vibes of Vampiro producing and announcing and farting live on the air while also in the AAA streams.
Yeah, didn't he mess up my name live on the air a couple times?
We're probably getting
a bunch of great stuff happen
from one. But you know what I realized? When you're live there, and this maybe didn't translate or it was not on the show, but they do connect with the things that they have done in the past. Like you probably don't know who Aldo de Nigris is, right? He's a local celebrity. I would say local because, he's Mexican celebrity. He's Monterrey celebrity, but he once wrestled, and he's pretty famous here. His brother was a football player, and he once wrestled for AAA at some point in 2004 or something like that. And they had him on the show, so they did connect it with that. So they do that locally, but not on the broadcast, bro.
From what I understand, a big part of why that's happening now is Dorian, because Dorian has been freed up to go do the glad handing that he loves to do so much, and to bring people in. He and TKO loves it. He basically is their TKO guy, except at a lower level. And he's doing a better job than TKO does with Netflix. He goes out and gets the celebrities and the people involved that you actually want to see involved. And this is part of WWE and AAA winning. They are taking over the zeitgeist of Lucha Libre in a large way. Now, CMLL obviously still owns the tradition of Lucha Libre. They still own the passion of the tradition of Lucha Libre in Mexico, but they better be damn careful, because there are a lot of Mexican people that love seeing the WWE product and have wanted WWE product in Mexico more. And now they have their own brand of it that's even better than just WWE touring house shows coming down there. You actually have WWE product that is Lucha Libre, that is geared towards a Mexican audience. That is trouble for CMLL, especially with the media power that WWE has to convince people that they are the bigger company, the bigger brand, and they are the representation of not only wrestling here in America as the number one, but as the number one Lucha Libre promotion in Mexico, which currently they are not. They aren't. And Mistico is the number one guy. But
yeah, go ahead.
For how long?
But that's why they needed their white savior, their Americano to come in and get them to number one.
It worked. But it's not why it worked.
But it's not the why. It doesn't work like that. Like, it's not the white savior, because that's just a cliche in American.
But I mean, if they do like what Justin's bringing up, it is true. It's what WWE does, right? It erases shit. It makes its stuff the most relevant. It's gonna put itself over. That's what WWE does. Is they put themselves over whatever brand that they acquire or whatever. They did it with WCW. They buried the shit out of WCW for 20 years. They buried the shit out of any of the stars that came in from WCW. They bastardized ECW by making it WWE ECW or whatever the fuck that was. I mean, that's even their TNA partnership right now. Their TNA partnership where they're also running a PLE on the same day that TNA.
His voice is getting louder.
I mean, it's what WWE does, and so Justin's right.
His dog
Americano could very much be the biggest name in AAA, from the start of the WWE era of AAA, and that's going to be the only era that matters.
I got one word for you, Bear: Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
Yeah, I live in circus.
And the reason why I say it's one word is because you think about it. It was 4 different circuses that all became one thing. It is WWE. They just kept sucking up everybody else, and that other circus won. Everything that you think about circuses now comes from that. The 3 rings, the trapeze stuff, the clowns, everything came from them. They control the narrative of what the American circus was after they took it all over and they started touring the whole country. They did what Vince did with WWE, and they took all the regional promotions, made it one big thing. Then they took over even more people who were touring, made it one giant thing. And they brought everyone under one tent. That's where the actual saying comes from. Comes from Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus.
I have a question for Tony.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
So AAA, not even modern day, but AAA as it was in CMLL are they're different Lucha Libre products. They do different things, and they do different kinds of shows. Like CMLL is more of a weekly, bring your family, you don't really need to know much, but show up and have some fun.
Actually, Danny La Lucha's made a really great point on that, but go ahead, continue.
So, okay, I might be wrong, but what my understanding is, and I'm asking you what the thing is, that they fulfill different sort of Lucha Libre niches or needs from the fans. And so they do compete, but also there's room for both. So why would one take over the other? Like if AAA keeps doing big time WWE stuff, would that necessarily step on the weekly shows, the things that CMLL does?
No, but their cultural footprint, I say, is in peril right now. And again, that's what Danny said, that she has seen that she has gone to Arena Mexico a lot in the past 4 years. I've gone, but not a lot. I go like probably, I guess twice a month.
But I look at Danny as the perfect example because she respects the culture of Lucha Libre, but at the same time, if I ask you what things that she's most personally excited about, she's not going to say Mistico. She's going to tell you it's something from AAA or from mainstream WWE. Yeah. And she is representative of a lot of Mexican fans.
To Byron's point, what he was asking is that the biggest problem is, and again, this is what we said, is accessibility to the product, and also the fact that most of the people that go to the show now in Arena Mexico on Fridays look like Byron.
Right.
Yeah, so.
Handsome?
It's a tourist thing. It's a live thing, but
so
look,
it's a handsome people tourist thing. And you get outpriced now, and yes, they get sold out because now how many people come into Mexico City every day? I think it was like something 150,000 people just come into vacation.
Well, and you get Arena Mexico tickets now with your Airbnb. Like the tourism board is like pushing it into hotels and stuff. They're doing it like the concierge services in Vegas.
But if your product stays the same, and the other company that's doing something similar, not the very, very same, it's growing exponentially, eventually they might undercut you, whether it's talent or or availability on the arenas. Because what if I put a show just to mess with you on the same day?
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what if they just make it cheaper one time? How much is that going to cost you?
Yeah,
well, and that's what happens when you're going against the big timers, and that's what you're doing when you go against the whole WWE, the TKO, conglomerate bullshit.
I mean,
and is the question really becomes: is CMLL going to become the AEW of Mexico? It's not to say that they're going to disappear, but are they going to become the less?
It's happened already at different times in history. There's been times when AAA has especially raided a ton of the big CMLL stars, and they had no names, and they were almost like a shitty indie for a while. There was a couple of years in the mid 2012 to 2015 where CMLL was just decimated.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Are you going to see like the fans that are like your wrestling fans that aren't in it necessarily for the spectacle, but they're in it for the tradition and everything like that? You'll have your CMLL sickos or whatever you want to call them. They'll still have their dedicated fan base, but in terms of like cultural and just world, who's going to have the bigger audience? I mean, if
They're
you
not
have
called
WWE
Chicos,
behind
they're
it,
just called Mexicans. Come on, man. Come on.
what?
I have another
They're just
question.
called Mexicans. They're not called Chicos, man. Come on. No, I'm kidding.
I have a
bro.
triple.
I'm kidding.
Oh god.
Mexicos.
Okay, I don't know if that's
But I
He
also
says it,
think,
it
I also
sounds
think
like
that
it's a
the
bad word.
hardcore CMLL fan is not necessarily a hardcore CMLL fan. They're a hardcore Lucha Libre fan. And CMLL happens to represent the real Lucha Libre culture. So by connection, CMLL becomes the place where they exhibit that fandom, but their fandom is for true Lucha Libre, as opposed to being an AEW sicko, where a lot of people have this big brand connection because Tony Khan is the one giving it to them. There's lots of places in Mexico giving you real Lucha Libre. Like CMLL doesn't have the market cornered necessarily, you know? So it's a little bit different, I think, than the sickos comparison in that regard. It's like people go to CMLL, you go to CMLL because you love Lucha Libre, just like what Mill's saying. Like he could be brain dead and not watch Lucha for a decade, and CMLL is still going to entertain him because you're getting good Lucha Libre no matter what.
But one of the other points that we made on the Spanish show, you should watch it tomorrow if you speak Spanish, is that yes, that's okay. That's okay. People, I'm used to. I'll gladly go and watch because there's some like Garra Negra and Olympia, bro. Those women are amazing, right? But
Olympia's really turning it on recently.
If you're having a show for the anniversary of Arena Mexico and your main event, it's Mistico versus Soberano Jr., who's over as fuck right now. It's insane, man. It's crazy. The girls just love him. They adore him. I would not have taken the mask off him. I'm just saying. But if you're having that, at least on Fox Sports, which is your carrying channel of your Friday show, have them do a little storyline. Have a backstage. I'm not saying for the whole thing. I'm not saying for everything. I'm saying just for that. Having on Hoy or Venga la Alegría, which is like the Mexican morning TV shows, have them, do a backstage. Have Soberano attack Mistico at his store outside of Arena Mexico. Give something so that the people that don't usually
build some excitement.
Yeah,
they got to.
So that people that don't usually watch, that they know that this exists, that they've heard the name of Mistico because now he's on the zeitgeist of Mexican cultural phenomenons, right? Like he's alongside, I don't know, mariachis and stuff like that right now. Have them find something that they can follow so that when your show comes around and it's gonna be sold out, but that is not the only way that you have this work, because if that is your only focus, they will become what is known as Mexican Lucha Libre everywhere else,
right?
Because that's just how this works. This is where we're at right now, and it's not even about who wins, it's about how big are you perceived to be, and that is the important thing.
And that's the issue to me. It's like, okay, yeah, right now Mistico's the bigger star because he's perceived to be the bigger star. His name's been around longer, but with the media power that the WWE has gained in Mexico, they can start shoving El Grande Americano down your throat. And like even Mill said, like he loves El Grande Americano, but he got no problem with it. El Grande Americano represents the Mexican people. Period. Yes. He does.
Well, yes.
Doesn't matter why.
No. I have no problem with that. Like, this is somehow like, cultural appropriation. Oh, man. That is the beauty and the difference between the American way of viewing things and the Mexican. If you come here and you're genuine about your feelings, or we perceive you as genuine about your feelings about a country and the way that you love this and way that you embrace it, you're one of us.
That's what Mill was saying to me on Facebook earlier today. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful, bro.
Comatose is hating this Spurs game.
Yeah,
It's Americano is the Trojan horse, man. He is WWE's.
No,
Trojan
no. You
horse.
don't see. I don't see it like that. You see, you know what I see it, I'm gonna piss off the American public. Some of you, maybe I don't know. But this was the only way for you dumb fucks to get Lucha Libre, man. We had to get one. Yeah, Byron, you're an exception. Yes.
No, I agree with that, and I think the other reason why
white guys against each other in a Mexican setting, put a mask, and then that's the only way that this could have been educated and get to you guys.
And I'll tell you what, he wasn't the Trojan horse because it didn't happen on purpose. Nobody made it happen on purpose because there were. You got to understand when AAA first started going, they sent Jeremy Borash down there because he had a little bit of experience. He's kind of haphazardly booking. He's going along with Dorian and Conan. They're just trying to get things together. Undertaker was not down there yet. Jeremy Borash was the end-all be-all voice of WWE at the time. And they just kind of threw him out there as like, oh shit, Gable's out hurt, blah, blah, blah. Let's keep this gimmick going. It's funny. Conan really loved the Chad Gable version. Even though he knew it pissed people off, but he always loved stuff like that. He loved sending Cross down there waving a flag. He loved JBL down there, even though JBL is counter to everything politically that Conan stands for. He doesn't care. He loves the heat when Americans come down there and do offensive gimmicks to Mexicans.
Brian Cage
Conan
even
loves that crap. He did it with Brian Cage too. Loved it. So he was pushing for like, oh, well, let's keep the Americano thing going. And they were like, well, throw somebody else under the hood because Gable's got to go get some rehab done and blah, blah, blah. And so they did. And then all of a sudden, Marcel's doing the gimmick. But like, he gets it. And somehow, even for us, we were all complaining about that gimmick every freaking week. We hated that gimmick.
Yeah. Well,
I love Chad Gable, and I hated that gimmick.
We hated it coming from bookers that are traditionally not good towards non-white and even towards a lot of their white talents. And so we thought it was mocking. We thought they did it to mock the culture, to mock Lucha Libre, and to mock.
They did.
You put on a mask. Yeah. Like, but even as a heel move, it felt like there wasn't anything good about it.
There wasn't
anything entertaining. So then,
it's amazing. You know what it is?
It's somehow
it's the Lucha Libre version of NWA. It's the cultural reappropriation of the word. And I don't mean NWA like National Wrestling Alliance. I mean niggas with attitudes. That NWA. But that's what it is. It's like, okay, you're gonna take this stupid thing, you're gonna humiliate us. Well, guess what? This other dude. No, we're going to take him in. We're going to make him ours. He's going to do it right, or we're going to burn him at the cross. He didn't mess up. He didn't step in it. And every day he got better and better at it. And people were buying it more and more. Then he's out wearing the national team jackets and stuff. And then, everyone finds out that he's not with Tiffany anymore. And he's with, what's her name? Barzate. Like,
Andrea.
That helped.
It all helped. And it was all completely natural. He was already dating her before he started doing the gimmick.
Yeah.
But we
just didn't know.
But like her ringside, by the way, her ringside for that match was amazing.
It was amazing. They didn't decide to make her part of the story until way later, though.
Oh, and also like when she's interviewing a blind comedian and the OG guy, Chad Gable, OG Americano, comes out and beats up the blind guy. And then he starts walking towards her. Oh my God.
Tony was there, Mill, by the way. Tony was at the
I was there. I cried. I cried.
I cried.
Do you guys know? Do you guys know why I got so emotional? Because of the respect for. So I don't like to talk about this, but this is what brings bread to my house. Wrestling has pulled me out of fucking like a shitty job, and so I am really like this is what we do. This is in what level of life I do this part of wrestling, and the respect for it, and the way that I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody fucking knew this is what shot Gable. If you go back and watch everybody gasped when he took off the mask because we were all invested in the thing that we were all collectively believing. We gasped because we're like, oh, it is shot Gable. Of course, motherfuckers. Of course, who else could it be, right?
Didn't they kayfabe a middle name for him too?
Yeah,
they put his on the screen, but he forgot to say it. He was supposed to say his middle name too, but there's the one mistake in authenticity that they missed.
But it was such a great. They hit every single note they were supposed to.
Damn, Coma, you went and betrayed the team in 2 seconds. You just changed.
He's back to Lucha Libre now. He's like, I'm over it.
Oh man,
that's a Lucha Underground title.
Thanks, just brought salt to the wound. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I'm not even going to talk to our friend in San Antonio right now because I don't think she's gonna be in a good mood.
Wait, is the game over? What happened?
Yeah, they lost by 10
To you,
it was really bad at the end, though. The defense was amazing. Anyways,
hey, look, I'm in Cleveland, guys. Talking to me about sports. You want to see somebody cry?
I'm in Minnesota.
I don't know. One of the things that I took away from this, one of the reasons why everything started for me, that eventually led me to be on the show and the work that I have, is because I made a podcast because I was tired of being in the pandemic and not being able to see my friends that like wrestling and not talk about it. And I have very few friends here that like wrestling as much as I do, or they're like fans of Lucha Libre, like the same way that I do. But where we are living right now, the place where we're living right now allows me to be friends with a bunch of people, or to be in line for a show that we were all gladly paid a bunch of money. Let me tell you, that shit was not cheap just to be there, right? So that's what I took away from this weekend. The fact that there is a community where and it doesn't matter how old you are, what your political views are, you can always get in line on the same show and just like enjoy Lucha Libre and wrestling. And that was the best for me, because otherwise, we're just very grumpy people in a basement watching a sport that is not real.
Hate watching.
Hate watching. So yeah, that's what I got. And also I got to, and one day before that show, we went to Riot Lucha and we watched one of the best matches in human history. You have no idea what I'm talking about, because it was insane. Gringo Loco said that was a top 5 of his matches of all his career. That's how crazy
some of the highlights are coming out now, and there's some great.
They threw so much money at. Let me correct that. We threw so much money at them that was the same gate that they fucking made. It was crazy. It was crazy, man.
You at least made him pay for dinner later, right? I mean, when you throw all your money at the guy and then you go to dinner with him, you're supposed to make him pay.
No, man, come on. I always cover the check out.
No, and I'm really happy for him. I mean, like, he's starting to have a banner year, and honestly, I think Triple A should roster his ass right now. They should like full time.
I gotta talk about some stuff, but it's gotta be off the air. Sorry, people that are watching right now.
Oh, look, but this is good because I don't know the inside info, and I'm saying, damn it, lock him up. Somebody lock him up quick, because my man's got some skills. All right, so the moral of the story is, no matter what you think, Mistico, especially last year, just a banner year. I believe it was 230 something matches, some unheard of number since the old territory days where guys would literally wrestle 4 days a week all year.
And sellouts.
Mistico was doing that last year, and he was doing doubles on certain days.
Yeah.
Like doubles all weekend.
Yeah.
Crazy schedule. And there's a reason why he is where he is. I don't care if you think he's nice guy, bad attitude, this, that, or the other thing. He is right now, regardless of what anyone says, the greatest luchador currently performing. It's not Rey Fenix. It's not Penta. It's not Marcel. It's still Mistico. It's not Bandito. It's not Laredo Kid, though. Laredo Kid is great right now. Oh my god! I love that dude right now.
Yeah. This is something that happened during, because you're trying to absorb you're trying to live in the moment, and you're also trying to think with your what I'm gonna say on the podcast about this kind of shit later on, right?
Right.
But man, you have no idea how high and like it was a plateau of hate that Laredo Kid got. It was like he came out, it went up and stayed there through the whole match. We did not even care what was happening. It was just like hating on him.
It's such genuine Rudo heat too. Like the Vikingo Rudo heat is not.
No,
they just told a good story. They just got it over. Like the Vikingo heat is a different kind of heat.
You know what? It was the social media stuff too, because we all got it.
I know, right? That's what I'm saying though, Mill. He's got nuclear heat right now. It's so good. It's so good.
It was insane. It was crazy. The match ended, and then we had some breaks because of I don't know, they were doing packages or whatever. They changed the apron like 4 times during this thing, like 5 times. I don't know why they were changing it so much. Maybe sponsors. I don't know. There was different sponsors.
Yeah, if there's different sponsors on there,
they also want to cut them and put them on the cards now. So I guess that's why they did. So between that, we all started talking with people that were there because people were like, they will abandon their seats and you will just go to the front.
Like, fuck that seat. I'm going.
Yeah, like whatever. It was like, I pay a lot of money for this seat.
Let somebody stop me.
Yeah, I'm going for the first row. So they were starting talking. I was like, man, we really hated on this guy, right? Like, that was really crazy. I don't think I lost my voice during that match more than I did during the Grande Americano. I yell a lot more. Yeah, it was crazy.
Well, he's worth yelling at. See, and this is true, Rebecca, and this is why I hope LA Knight goes heel, even though I know everybody else hates him. Because I've just seen him at indie shows where he just walks in a room, there's no storyline, and LA Knight will just get the whole crowd to heel on him immediately. He's one of those guys that can just do that. He'll create a storyline right there in the moment. So good. We saw him in Vegas, I think at FSW, right, Byron? And he just there was no storyline, or definitely not a storyline that we knew. And they had him walk out early in the card, and he did something, and he just got on the mic and did.
He just got on a mic and made heat for the whole match.
I mean, people wanted to throw stuff at him, and it wasn't cheap heat either. Like, it was good stuff. It was real. It was real heat. He didn't just come, oh, Vegas sucks, smog or whatever.
He's not one of those people who can go out and read or do the promo you tell them to do and do it well. He's someone who can read a crowd and he knows how to work a crowd.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but he doesn't do that. See, look, he might
be fire with the mic, man, but is he fire in the ring?
He's good enough for WWE. What are you talking about?
Everything, mate. Useless, mate.
Man, you don't understand. I need to see that dude run up the ropes and do like triple jump moonsaults like Rob Van Dam style. LA Knight is good.
Used to.
He still does. He just falls down like 1 out of 4 times. But okay.
I'm not trying to say that you. I'm not trying to say that you should like LA Knight. If you've only watched LA Knight on WWE product, I'm not saying that you should like it. What I'm saying is that WWE should let him do some of the stuff that made guys like me and Byron and Mill like him in the first place, so that you might also like him, because you don't necessarily have a reason to like him the way that we do. You don't. Yeah. And I'm not gonna take that away from you. If you hate on it, it's because they haven't presented him as a part of their product in a good enough way.
Yeah, I also have no interest in his WWE presentation, but I'm happy for him as a talent.
Yeah,
like I've always said, I don't discredit his underdog story and where he's got to, like from where he's come and where he's got to. Like, I give him all the props in the world. Like as a character, I'm sure it works for some people. And like you said, you guys have seen him on the indie scene coming up through. I do know him a little bit before the WWE product, but still, just the gimmick itself doesn't really do much for me, and I'm sure like playing like that mid sort of like heel where it's like you just want to hate him. That probably plays to his advantage because he doesn't really have much going for him otherwise, and just his in ring sort of ability at the moment. I'm sure it was great once upon a time, but now at his age, man, he's just seems to be gutsing up a lot more than he doesn't. You know, like
yeah. I mean, I think a heel turn is in order for him at some point, but he still moves so much merch, and he's what you call a house show baby face. He's the guy that after TV goes off the air can come out and get a nice little pop from the crowd. You know, him and Jey Uso, they have the, you know, they used Bobby Lashley that way for like 4 years, where, you know, Monday night goes off the air and, you know, but then they'll do a follow-up match afterwards with Bobby Lashley if it was a heel ending, or for your house show on the weekend, you know, Bobby Lashley was your main event and could get a pop from the crowd, but he was not always the top guy. Like, he had a few brief runs as the top guy, just enough that crowds always recognize him. He's a big, massive dude. He's got a lot of great personality. And when he did that last babyface run, they just used him as the house show babyface for ages. But anyway, I got a couple other things to talk about, but I'm going to do this first because Father's Day is coming up very soon.
The following announcement has been paid for by Face.
So my son, he's about to graduate from high school. I gave him a gift. You know what I gave him? The Face travel kit. Dude, stop using my stuff. Get out of my house. Go to college. But then he says, Dad, what do you want for Father's Day? And the thing that makes a dad really appreciate Father's Day is opening up a gift that he might actually use. Something that says, Dad, we respect you. We know you have needs too. You need your own face moment. Dads deserve their own face moment. Do the right thing, kid. Get me something like this. Fresh just came in. The 24K Golden Hour Eye Mask set. You get 6 pairs in the box. Dad's gonna love this.
Oh, hi. So I'm going to do this right now. When you're going to use one of these things, you want to wash your face and then you spray with a toner.
That's 1 and 2. The 24K Pure Gold Dermatologist tested. It's powered by patented K-Beauty complexes. It's sensitive skin friendly, medical grade patented hydrogel. It's intensive hydration and soothing effects for your face.
Did you guys see this pro tip? You store the mask in the fridge for added cooling effects for best results.
By the way, this is a Korean skincare company, just to remind you guys.
It's that K-Beauty technology in the Face, y'all.
I got him on the whole show.
Computer set timer for 30 minutes.
But you can just do that?
Yeah, bro. Haven't you ever seen Star Trek? Just go to the website, check it out. It's omeface.com. That's HOMMEFACE.com. Use our code MMM20 and you will not regret it. If you're just getting started with Face, go for the travel kit.
They also have anti-aging stuff. The Trios kit.
The face wash, toner, and moisturizer. Perfect combo. Still use it every day.
They got something for everyone.
If you don't get your father something nice this year that he actually cares about, it's on you. If your father whoops your ass, it's on you. My son uses the Face. I get him the Face every chance I can for a gift. I got it for his graduation tomorrow. Get me some. You got a month. Figure it out. Scrape together. Get your summer job, man. MMM20. You even get the better discount because your dad knows things. Your dad's got the hookup. Your dad does have the hookup.
I love that. That's great.
Mill, I was talking about, dude, I showed all my pajama pants. My kids get me pajama pants for everything, like Christmas, Father's Day, my birthday. Like, I have.
There's like 15 minutes of footage of Justin yelling about all the Father's Day gifts.
I'm looking at a stack of like 17 pairs of pajama pants. The Black Panther ones are dope, though.
His kids really came off as jerks in all the footage.
They hate that commercial, by the way. My son is so mad. I'm like, bro, you're 18 now. They can't call it child abuse, so sorry.
It's over.
Take the PlayStation back.
Yeah. It's actually he put it back. He was like, I don't want your crap anymore. I want to talk about this real quick. Because we do things quick every now and then. Okay, so I saw this tweet.
If I lose connection, is because it's a insane thunderstorm going on right now outside of my house.
Cool.
Because he was pretty earlier, of course.
So Let's talk a little bit about AEW getting counter programmed again.
Are they?
Who's watching Slam?
I mean,
well, right now,
I am not.
Forbidden Doors, Forbidden Doors, and then CMLL show got programmed against.
Right.
This weekend is fucked, but this weekend fucks TNA more than anyone else.
Yeah, like literally, who's watching that show?
They haven't sold a ticket. Well, metaphorically.
Yeah,
Metaphorically.
Maybe,
but like from like a pay-per-view standpoint, if you're like, well, let's see, I could spend this amount of money or this amount of money on this show, and then there's this other free show, and there's only some wrestling I could watch.
Okay,
I have a
but
question. Bear, I have a question.
So wasn't Carlos Silva the? Go ahead. Sorry,
I have a question real quick. If you actually, this is for everyone in the chat. If you lived close to where Slammiversary is that Boston, MA? If that's a real place, if you lived near there, would you, with free tickets, even go to Slammiversary, or would you stay home and watch one of the other shows?
I'd stay home and watch one of the other shows.
I watch them all.
I will fly to San Jose,
Oh, wait, I was supposed to
California.
do this. Why doesn't it do
we
this
do
automatically?
whatever looks? We do whatever we want. I made it circles because I thought it'd be fun. We could
This
try
was
it out.
better. We tried this on the weekend, didn't we?
Yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
We really
I don't
did.
know. This is better. It's better than the other one I just had on. That's for sure. Wait, what's
Yeah, I
this
like
one?
this.
It's like
Just
big
bigger
head
circles.
Just a little tighter. Oh man,
Nope.
you were doing great. What the hell?
I'm just
sounds
like
good.
playing with the new toys. When Byron gives me new
So-
toys, I like the toys.
Not when we have six
So one of
people
them-
here. Hi everybody, thank you for watching.
One of them is a. This is part of the show. One of them is media. So like when you're doing this, and the other one is spotlight.
Gotcha.
Oh, I would think we lost Byron.
That would be. It doesn't have to be a circle. It could be a square or a rectangle
I
as
like
well.
circles.
I like the circles. This is like closer. They're like, oh, you can see my name here. That's good.
Kinda, yeah,
You
yeah.
don't-
And you
don't
can
know
see it
who
on
I
the
am.
vertical.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say wasn't Carlos Silva from TNA the one that was all mad that Tony Khan got forced to counter program him?
Yeah, now WWE chooses to counter program him.
Right.
Because shouldn't have Slammiversary already been the counter programming if you're a true partnership, right? Shouldn't Slammiversary been the maybe you
That's
should have
because they
sent
don't
maybe
trust
some
them.
like maybe you could have sent like I don't know somebody from WWE over to Slammiversary to
John
counter
Cena.
program a little bit or something like that if it was a true good partnership that TNA benefits from.
Yeah. Yeah. Carlos Silva's being used like a condom on an island called syphilis. I mean, he is being just abused in the worst, grossest, terrible way. I feel
Isn't this
so
their
bad for
biggest
the guy.
pay-per-view?
Why did you do that? That puts like images in your head you don't want.
No, that's the image that I want you to have of
No,
Carlos
but we
Silva.
don't want. I didn't wake up today wanting to picture that in my head.
I could have said he's the 2 girls, 1 cup of wrestling.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Wait. But is he the girl or the cup?
He is definitely the cup.
Great setup, bro. Great setup. Thank you for following through.
I mean, he is one. He's the cup, and the cup is sitting in the cuck chair in the hotel room.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I mean, that's like look at what they're sending him to do here. It's terrible. You got to feel bad for the guy. So 4 PLEs, pay-per-views, whatever the heck you want to call them, on one weekend. On the 27th, WWE has Night of Champions all to themselves, so that they can crown Obafemi, by which I'm pretty sure is what's going to happen there. Then on the 28th, you have Slammiversary, the Great American Bash, and Forbidden Door. And I believe Great American Bash is before Forbidden Door, and Slammiversary is at the same time. Which means that TNA is
Not gonna be
sitting in
watched
the
by
cuck chair.
Isn't that their biggest pay-per-view?
It's not that somebody shit in my Cheerios. It's that they were the wrong Cheerios. Somebody
They
gave me
were
the
made
wrong
shit.
Cheerios. They were the generic ones, and they were strawberry flavored. They were not okay. Anyway, so first of all, what does Tony Khan do? Like, if you're Tony Khan and this keeps happening to you, like, do you move the event? I don't think you can. You just go with it.
Just
I don't
go with
know.
it. Sickos are going to follow. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that the people that are going to watch WWE are going to watch WWE, you know, and then the people that are going to watch AEW for the most part are going to watch AEW. I don't really think the counter programming is that big of an impact, and especially because the Great American Bash is before the pay-per-view, like you said, and it's free on TV, so you're not having to pay money for it. So you could probably just watch both if you really want.
That's right, because CW bought all the PLE rights for NXT.
So I mean,
they're just paying the money for it.
I mean, you're gonna have a really long fucking day of wrestling because you know AEW is already long.
Sunday, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do on a Sunday summer? No, wait, never mind. I'm kidding.
Yeah, there's not like a day off Monday. You know, AEW's pay-per-view is going to go to like midnight. And so you're going to be watching from like 3 p.m. to midnight. So
hold on. I gotta interrupt this thought because we got that information that we were talking about. Oh shit, you got my man Slice Boogie over there.
Oh, I just saw him at the Hog Show. He's great.
I love Slice, man. I do not understand why he is not in NXT right now. I would have put him in NXT.
Yeah. Well, it might be because of stuff like this. If you see Boogie at a show, feel free to yell at him in his face. It'll be fine.
It will be fine for him.
Yeah. Just
it will go perfectly for him. No, he's a heel, man. He scares the shit out of me. Like, I didn't know. I had seen him at so many shows and he would just get right up in my face and blah, blah, blah. And then one day I was like, dude, like, we got heat or something. He was like, no, man, you just look like one of them dudes who could take it. So I just like fucking with you. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, are you serious? No, he had me, dude. He had me legit like, ooh, I don't know. Me and Slice might have some heat. I don't know what I did. Did I like step on his kicks or something? Did I like, because you never know. There's definitely some people out there that don't like me. But so the Summer Smokehouse Party, June 20th, general admission almost sold out. Oh, Evans versus Loco Main, Nunes Zaira. That's a dope match right there, too.
You got Jack Evans and Loco?
So,
that's gonna be sick.
Loco as in Gringo Loco?
No, Mariachi Loco.
Mariachi Loco.
Or what's his name now?
Loco? I don't know.
Loco Evans.
Well, look, if you're one of the last people to get a ticket, go get your ticket. Get in there. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, so I get what you're saying, Bear, but I still think that there's a lot of wrestling fans that are me and comatose that are like, I see a weekend like that, and what it makes me want to do is not watch any of it. Or it makes me want to like, damn, I'm gonna have to watch all of it.
Multi-screen.
All of it.
Have them all.
And I will multi-screen, but then that also means that what's gonna happen is I'm not gonna fully pay attention. So I will have AEW Forbidden Door as my main thing.
Hold on, Justin.
Yeah.
We have to do a watch party for this.
Oh, sure.
Which one?
But I thought they're not on at the same time.
Yeah, no. But honestly, we cannot be doing a watch party for 25 hours. Let's
stream.
Everyone take a promotion, and we'll just make
realistically speaking, we don't normally do TNA, so TNA will not be.
That's like their biggest. Isn't Slammiversary their biggest show?
Isn't that is their WrestleMania.
And Bound for Glory.
WrestleMania, nobody's gonna watch it.
Bound for Glory and Slammiversary are their two big shows.
Yeah. Okay.
That was a great partnership they had with WWE.
They have going on right now?
The interesting storyline they have going on right now is that Santana's contract is up in July. Sorry, did I let that slip? My bad. I don't give a fuck. I fully expect to see Santana in NXT by September.
NXT.
Good for him.
NXT for sure. you can't put Santana on the main roster.
Isn't he
as over as he is to people who know, casual fans, he's got no traction. And the fact that he stopped over in TNA between AEW and WWE almost ensures that he has to do a run in NXT before he can go to the main roster. He just doesn't have the name credibility right now, which is hilarious. He's the freaking TNA champion. That should be something that carries enough weight, but they haven't really used him enough. He hasn't had a lot of storylines. I think they botched putting the belt on him in the first place to hold out for the AMC deal. It didn't work. They should have pulled the trigger on him the first time. He had the zeitgeist behind him. Like people were talking about him. People were excited about him. Real wrestling fans were. They botched it because they thought they could build more excitement.
He had media presence. He had a thing on, I don't know, I forgot, either sports.
And they thought it was going to come back. They thought that it was going to come back by doing that thing. And no, slapping that belt on Kazarian like that and taking it away from him really hurt TNA more than I think they realized it was going to.
Go back and watch what I said about Kazarian back then, because I'm not going to repeat it.
With Santino, though, he's such a great presence on screen, though, man. Like, I could see him on the main roster as maybe like a side piece to like maybe a tag team like Truth and Priest. I think he's just got the ability to sell really well on the mic.
I think he has a better. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. Keep going. I
think he has a bit of that Dusty Rhodes sort of babyface appeal that you like. Juice Robinson had some promos like that in Japan when he was a babyface, and Santana was doing some of that early on as Pride and Powerful in AEW on national TV, but he was in a tag team, so it didn't really go. And he was in a tag team that didn't get a turn, so it didn't really go anywhere. But he has it in him.
The guy's really turned his life around. I think he had a very magical run before he became champion. The championship run has been garbage. But I think he can look, we know where NXT's at right now. They can use some male talent, believe it or not, with as many people as they have over there. They could use one or two more guys at his level that bring in that star power like Ricky and Ethan did or whatever. And I think Santana will go through there and do better than a Ricky Saints.
It's not hard.
Just saying. At the end of the day, 5 years from now, I think we'll see Santana and Ricky Saints both on the main roster, and Ricky Saints will be 3 seconds away from being fired, and Santana will be a top mid-card guy.
I think, it's just almost objective that Santana is a more consistent, more well-rounded package for American Wrestling TV than Ricky Saints. I'm a huge Ricky Saints fan since I saw him as a champion on NWA Power. However, and he'll cut an incredible promo one week that's full of fire, and your TV will almost explode from it. Then the next week, he'll come out and try and do something and look like an idiot. None of it makes sense. He's so inconsistent, and there's just something about performing that he doesn't get. So he stumbles upon success, and sometimes he stumbles past
it. He has natural charisma.
Yes.
He does not have the ability to always hone that with hard work and effort. At times, he puts in hard work and effort.
That's worse than what I said.
I'm just calling like I see him, and I like the dude, but bro, put your nose to the grindstone and just do the work, dude. Just stop trying to find ways around it. Just do the damn work.
He needs to go to Turkey, and he needs to gain 20 pounds of muscle, and then he needs to call himself Stroke Daddy again.
Yeah. Lose the love handles, do the work, get the promos down.
Get a better finish for WWE.
Get some repetition in the promos too. Like, he's one of these guys that likes to mix it up and this, that, and the other thing. But it's like, yeah, bro, but those inconsistencies, you're on the main roster, man. Be Enzo Amore. Like, why you bullshitting?
But the Enzo's gonna be already there. Enzo's gonna out Enzo.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, give me the fire thing one time and then lather, rinse, repeat. Like, Rock had 12 different things, but he only had 12. And you got them, and he would mix it up a little bit, but then he would give you one straightforward. And Ricky is like, he's come up with some great stuff, but he never turns it into a catchphrase. And like, bro, this is pop music now. You're K-pop. You're in the big times. Give me the repetition, make it palatable.
We are actually becoming a K-pop podcast. We keep talking about BTS. Now we're talking about K-pop.
You keep bringing up BTS. That's correct.
But I would equate WWE TV or
I think
how
the K-beauty technology has gone to your brain, Byron.
K-beauty technology. So I would equate it more to like 31 flavors, where like you turn on the TV, you want that scoop of chocolate ice cream, but you want it to taste like chocolate ice cream when you're eating it. You know,
racial for some reason. I don't know why.
What?
Nothing. Keep going.
You saying you want to eat a scoop of chocolate ice cream, Byron?
Ricky's black. I wanted it to work.
You said it. I was just pointing it
No,
out.
no, I was just
like, sure.
No,
Cool,
that was just like first of all, if I said vanilla, no one's going to respect choosing vanilla for its flavor. It's like the most plain.
He's learning.
Anyway,
He's learning.
I mean, there's strawberry.
I'm just saying.
Chip. There's Rocky
To your point,
Road.
it's like you go to an ice cream store and you get the flavor, or you get the burger at McDonald's that you want, and you want it to do the thing you wanted it to do. Go out and do the thing. The Rock came out and he kept calling like Kevin Kelly hermaphrodite every week, which is bad.
Bro, why am I not in LA
people
for
loved
this?
it back then.
Byron, why? I need to be in LA for this, bro.
Oh, when is it?
Tell Mr. De Niro happy birthday from the whole crew.
Happy birthday.
Damn. This sounds like a blast. Tacos,
That
open
is gonna be a lot
bar.
of
Gimmicks are included with the admission. Know what I'm saying?
Tacos.
We should tweet about that.
4
We should
p.m.,
retweet
y'all.
them on Twitter. If
Yeah.
there's tickets to sell.
About that.
Yes, but that's the thing. Like,
When you
when
have
go
access to the account, why are you saying it like I'm supposed to do it? Just get in there and do
No.
it, man.
Tony should do it.
Tony don't even know these people.
I'm passing the buck.
Damn.
Yeah.
Like they were his homies. Them are our
One
homies.
of us will remind one of us, and we'll remember to retweet or something. Help promote. But my thing about Ricky is there isn't a Ricky Saints
sneaked away from
flavor
that very quickly.
in the ice cream shop that you want and that you order and you get. You walk in there and he just starts talking to you, and you either like it or you don't, and then you leave. But what is it going to be? I don't know. Pralines and cream.
I don't even know why you're still talking about Ricky.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to talk about ice cream.
Why do you that? Why? Yeah, you want? Yeah, that's all in your mind. This is.
I was trying to talk about Santana.
This is that squirrel running in his brain.
Santana,
Like,
Rocky Road.
I love Rocky Road.
Rocky Road got chunks in it.
3
I like
scoops
that.
of Rocky Road. What do you mean he's had a Rocky Road in life?
Oh, I get it. I get it.
Sorry, I'm a little highbrow tonight, you guys.
His daughter's adorable, though.
Oh.
Shout out to Santana, bro. Keep it going. Keep it real. And if it's time to jump, just jump, man. Tell Carlos,
See you at NXT.
thank you. And I'm out.
I'm
'Cause
out.
I would
to our
like-
partner.
I would like to see you back in some things that I watch on a regular basis, brother.
A relevant wrestling.
I mean, it's
show.
okay. No bullshitting. I like Santana a lot. I saw more of Santana in between AEW and TNA than I have since he's been the TNA champion. I was seeking out his indie stuff to watch it and see what was going on. I was excited about what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was really getting his act together. He cleaned up. He got on the wagon. He got the chisel going on. He was taking care of his kid, doing all the right things. People were hyped on him. He was coming into locker rooms and he was being a locker room leader. He was doing all the things. And you guys know, for me, that'll get me as into a wrestler as any storyline. If I know that you are putting in the work and everybody in the business is saying all the things about you, like you're good people, wrestling is an awful, awful business. People don't say good things about each other. So when people start talking good about you, other wrestlers especially, you have to understand how much weight that carries. That carries so much weight. Other wrestlers do not talk. They might be like, yeah, he's all right. That's what you normally get. And then you go, oh, okay, well, that guy's cool enough. He should get booked or whatever. We should say something good about him. But when other people are like, man, he's really blowing my mind right now. Man, he was so good in that match. Man, he really took care of me out there. Man, he really put me over. Wow, he watched my match. You know, he came out from behind the curtain and watched my match and gave me some pointers backstage. Like, bro, seriously? Anyway, Santana. Make moves, brother. Make moves, make paychecks, get money, get paid, take care of your kid. That's
Hey,
all
new segment. Let's do a top 5, all right? Top 5 reasons why you would stay employed at TNA if you had any other option in life. Go.
To hang out with Macklin.
Okay.
Good tacos at catering.
Okay. We got more than
picking Tommy Dreamer's brain.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm trying to give you some legit ones, because there is some good stuff at TNA. There is.
Yeah.
It's not on the TV show.
No, I keep giving them an opportunities and they keep fucking it up.
No, what I just said. There's good things there. They're just not on the TV show.
Yeah, there's good things. There's good people there.
There really are. It's like, look, when AEW was in the shitter 2.5 years ago or whatever, or 2 years ago, I didn't totally give up on AEW.
Yeah.
We talk shit on them.
Yeah.
Get him, Bear. Get him.
But it was talking shit to the point where they made it into a show that Bear likes now.
He's talking about TK show there, Bear. Get him. Get him, Bear.
You saw the picture. Bear's practically booking the show now.
Get him, Bear.
I think there was a point in AEW.
Why are you stuttering? Why are you stuttering so much?
Yeah,
because I'm trying to conceptualize the time that he's bringing up right now, and then like thinking back to what was going on during that time. So I'm like, before I make any like comments on it, I'm trying to think. All right, 2 years ago, what are we talking? What was going on? I remember.
What happened was Tony Khan said, "No, Ariel, I'm not going to answer any of your questions in this 1.5 hour long interview." And then he said, "But I was afraid for my life because CM Punk was going to kill me." And then he came out and stood on stage and said, "But my daddy said I did a good job." And right around then, the storylines went. Love you, TK. Sorry, I had to bust your balls, brother.
Where it seemed like Jeff Jarrett kind of got hold of the booking for a little bit too. And
Jeff Jarrett was going to get a run. He was going to get a 1 more year run.
Don't get me wrong. That's where it peaked at the worst, was at that point, and they seem to realize.
What, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre match?
No, that was awesome. By the way,
he had like a 30-minute promo about how he's going to get a championship match, and then it just kind of fell off.
What happened is he cut a bad promo about women or something. That wasn't.
Yeah, it was not good.
Like it.
And there was a lot of people in AEW that they brought in as big names that didn't want to be there. And there was just, it wasn't all roses all the time, for sure.
No, and from what I understand, they were kind of passing the pin around backstage too, from Will Washington and RJ and Sanjay and other people kind of writing big chunks of the show. And then what's his face? Fingernail paint guy that used to hang, Jimmy Jacobs, that was hanging out with Tony and helping Tony all the time. Then he ghosted and he was like, "I'm out. I can't be on the plane with you writing the show all the time anymore. I got to go." Because basically he was like the secretary for Tony.
It was peak big match that doesn't mean anything era in AEW.
Well, and it was also going head to head against WWE when they were talking about Triple H being the best booker. I mean, it was the finishing the storyline. It was the Roman Reigns bloodline where it was actually really, really good. I mean, WWE for a while there was doing really, really good writing. I mean,
Triple H
hate on it.
Great at finishing stuff that Vince started.
Yeah, but you're also talking about the end of an era before TKO really got its fingers into it and what it is now with the commercials and the advertisements and so you're kind of seeing the end. I don't know. There's a clear path of where WWE really kind of overtook AEW in terms of like what I thought was the better show. And then there was a point where they both kind of diverged and went back up. And now WWE's kind of WWE kind of feels like it's gone back to the like, we're going to do whatever the hell we want. We're the bigger brand and it doesn't really matter what we do. We're just going to do our thing.
Yeah, it's a different flavor of that. And what happened was, during the transition period, TKO was pretty hands off. They let Triple H and some of Vince's guys that were still left basically have the company for a while to finish off all his stuff while they went out and focused on, first of all, getting the Netflix deal. Because don't forget, when TKO took over, they didn't have the Netflix deal yet. They had to go and get that deal. They had all the rights coming up, which is why they bought the company when they did. So they had to go and take care of all that stuff. But then once they show up at Netflix, it's like, hey, on that Netflix premiere, we want this and this and this. And we want these people sitting at ringside and we want to bring The Rock out, give him another belt. And we want to finish Roman's story there out of nowhere, just like that. And they did. And that was the start of them taking over things from Triple H of like, thanks for holding on to it while we got ourselves in position here and moved into our offices. And now you finished off most of Vince's stuff, and we'll take it from here, buddy. You just go down there and watch your friend Road Dogg. Make sure he doesn't do anything stupid.
Oh, you didn't know?
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call somebody. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about AEW tonight, Bear. Tonight.
Yeah,
we can talk about AEW. We talked about Raw.
It was a good show.
One night with TK.
We talked about the pay-per-view all week. We don't need to talk about that.
I know you hated the opening match. I enjoyed the opening match.
What was the opening match?
What?
The championship match is Rouge.
Yeah, the championship match.
What are you talking about, Justin?
Justin was just talking mad smack about
that was
the match.
A good match.
I thought it was a pretty good match.
I think I know why, Tony. I'll tell you later off the record why he didn't like something specific about the match.
I thought that match was an insult to Roosh.
Yeah,
I thought it did nothing for elevating him. He's been here forever. He's gotten so close so many times, and then he gets hurt or he goes out or somebody in his faction has gone out, so they didn't really push it the way that they were planning on pushing it.
But it was about Andrade. It wasn't about Roosh.
Yeah,
it's about a showcasing talent.
He's not on that level yet.
You got annoyed.
Exactly. You got to showcase the talent and build him up to that level, and so he can get there.
But
and
this isn't the way to do it. First of all, it's not even a real headlining match. I know Byron always said to me, the first match of the night is always a big match too.
Well,
no, because it is.
Finals going on head to head.
I get it, but
I guess it all makes sense then. What's the next topic?
Nothing says to me this match doesn't matter more than it being a world title match that starts off a Wednesday night against the playoffs, because we know nothing is going to change.
He's not a real contender for the title, though.
He looked like a bitch blading for MJF. I would not have done that if I were him. It did not make him look strong. It did not keep him strong. It didn't give him heat. Yes, it was a decent showcase for Roosh because he's a great wrestler, but I'm tired of Tony Khan booking the random Wednesday night 5-star match that doesn't matter.
I think it matters. And I think it was a good step for him.
I thought it took Roosh down a notch. You won't convince me otherwise.
It's hard to make a point against Justin because there's 4 people telling Justin he's wrong. We need to hear one person at a time. Tell him he's wrong.
It's setting up a story with Andrade. It's telling a story. I don't think Rush looked like a bitch in there because I think he headbutted a medic at one point and got the credibility back there. And then he did the whole I'm not going to tap out, I'm going to pass out thing, And then it sets up the Andrade for him to come out and challenge it. And then that sets up the Kevin Knight to challenge it and interrupt the Andrade thing. So there's a lot of layered storytelling that's going on with what's happening. And I think they've been building, Roosh up for a while now. I mean, he's been getting the squash a jobber thing. That seems to be the biggest sign that you're going to get a title chance here soon is if you're building up a bunch of wins against nobodies.
Like when they were keeping records, you need to pad the numbers a bit.
All of a sudden,
speaking of that, guess who got one of those matches? Andrade tonight.
Mid-March.
Yeah. That's usually done right around my birthday. There.
The second
the
promo.
writing team, the associate producer people, whatever, they pick straws, and the short straw in December has to start like dropping hints to Tony. Hey, whatever happened to keeping records for people?
They start playing Counting Crows. It's been a long December, and it's time to bring it back. We need all of the stats to work again.
But I also think that it was a big match for Roosh, and it's great to get him up there, but he also didn't deserve a full second main event title shot match. Like, there's stuff, I think a little bit got protected, and I think there's stuff left in the tank for him when and if he gets to have a legitimate title match that he might win. He might get another... He might get another match, which will be presented with more build and have like another 5-10 minutes, and we'll have more near falls. But he was never going to win this. But you wanted to see him do good and cheer for him for a bit. And it was nice to see him up there. But it was not a real what's going to happen title match. It was a filler title match.
But would you say
that title match?
Would you say
I mean,
that
they've been doing a lot of these? Sorry,
I get it. We did 6 weeks of it straight with Darby as champion, and every single one of those felt more important than the one that Roosh got with MJF tonight.
That's
because MJF. Because Darby is wrestling till the wheels fell off. You know,
right? Darby, and so again, I am salty as a fan of Roosh that he wasn't in one of the Darby ones, or that they waited and made this a little bit better or made it feel like something more. For me, it didn't work. It wasn't enough. What was there was fine, but what was there was not enough for what I felt that he deserved, and it made me dislike the match. I can't make that not be the case. You can argue it however you want, but that's just my opinion on it. That's just how I felt about it when I saw it. I was disappointed. It didn't live up to what I wanted it to be.
A bigger part of that is MJF is a bigger representative of the brand as world champion in programs and promos and like doing multiple segments. But if you're going to have a balls out match, then against anyone, Darby just proved he could have an insane match once or twice a week for like 6 weeks on a golf course anywhere, and it's amazing. And there is a bit of a letdown because MJF is not going to entertain you to that degree against just anyone.
That's the hill in MJF, isn't it? I mean, the way they've been building Roosh up too, it's been, each and every week he's been getting those wins to make himself credible, but like they let him in the ring tonight, and it was kind of like they didn't let Roosh unleash the ball, so he didn't get the horns. You know what I mean? That's the way I sort of saw it. You know what I mean?
I always want a little bit more, and especially from my favorites, like the Thunder thing when she came back and got Tekla. Like, man, I wanted one more episode out of it, or one more week. Like, it just felt like there was one story beat too fast. Same with this one. Just felt one story beat too fast for me. Like, I needed a little more build, a little more excitement. And I think you could have done that if it was the headlining match and you had some of whatever that opening segment was with Andrade and Roosh play out a little more, breathe a little bit, maybe have an MJF moment there that leads you to the second hour to get there. And WWE does that all the time. They'll open up a 3-hour show with the 15-minute back and forth, whatever promo, get you hyped for it. The announcers are talking about it throughout the show. You get a little backstage segment here or there, and then you get to your main event. That's how you do a main event. Like, we got to this main event tonight with Ospreay and Davis, and I was like, that should not have been the main event. If you're talking about storyline and hype and action and characters that I care about, it should have tonight been Speedball and Kevin Knight. Or it should have been Roosh and MJF. Will Ospreay and Mark Davis was not the story tonight, guys. Was not.
With AEW, man, and I'm sorry to jump down Tony Khan's throat here, Bear, on this one, but you go on about it a lot, saying like the story, they've got great stories, and I think they do to an extent, but it's like a very light version of like telling a story. They lack a bit of depth with their storytelling. That's what I think.
There's so much layered storytelling right here that it goes right into the main event thing right now, especially with the Don Callis, because the Don Callis family is the entire thread through the entire show, and so you start off with the Rush and Andrade thing, which ties back into the Don Callis family right away at the beginning. Then you have the Rush match that happens, and then Andrade comes out, and now he's challenging on behalf of that. And in the middle of that, you have Kevin Knight come down for the jet speeds thing to interrupt that as he's trying to do. And then Kevin Knight at the end of his match says, I want MJF, after he had interrupted Andrade talking about how he wanted MJF. And now you're going into the heavyweight or the main event thing where you've been building up the Moxley Will Ospreay thing. You're building up Ospreay to be the winner of the Owen Hart Championship. And you're building up the Don Callis versus the Death Rider storyline where you had the big old brawl. And then on top of that, you have the layered storyline of the Mark Davis versus Will Ospreay thing, where Mark Davis in the last match they had took him out to the point where the match ended with the referee, and they started the whole thing with Will Ospreay. And then Will Ospreay won the match because of the stuff that he's been learning from the Death Riders. I mean, that is a whole shit ton of story.
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. I get what you just said, and all the depth of it. But what I'm looking for is you got to bring me back to Will Ospreay, Mark Davis. I understand the overall storyline with Will Ospreay and
it's very in the moment.
I understand where we're going with All In, but if tonight's the show and that's the headliner at the beginning of the show, I don't want to see Will Ospreay backstage with John Moxley talking about how there's going to be gang warfare. What I want to see is him bump into Mark Davis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
I want him to square up to Mark and be like, dude, how did we get here? Why is it like this with me and you now? And Mark just to be like, it is, and I'm going to put you in the ground. And then you have Moxley pull him aside and pull him away. Like, look, man, he's got backup all over the place. I'm going to figure this shit out. We're going to get this dialed in, and then build the story. But what they don't, Tony Khan doesn't understand screenplay writing. He doesn't understand story development the same way. There's a lot of beats in there, and I'm not disputing that there's a lot of beats. But what I'm saying is those beats don't tell me why I'm supposed to care about this main event. I know that there's things that have happened between these guys. I remember watching them as United Empire in New Japan. I know that there's history. But at the same time, this episode didn't make me feel like that should have been the main event. There's more current stuff, and there was more storytelling going into Speedball and Kevin Knight that made sense, that had more drama, more interesting stuff for me.
No, but that's the choice of storytelling that TK did here is exactly to your point. There was this huge interpersonal story and background. And I remember a few hours ago when I was watching the main event begin, I was thinking, why, when are they going to tell us how big of a deal this is? These two guys have to fight each other. That what they chose to do for the background and the grudge and the stakes is Mark Davis power drove Will Ospreay a bunch of times and hurt his neck. They chose the wrestling, just a wrestling match.
And that's my biggest problem with these kind of shows is I understand the what, but I didn't get given the why.
Sure. And I can even take it a step further. At the beginning of the show felt very disjointed to me. The pacing felt all kinds of wrong for me, where you're talking about would have maybe fit in there because it was like a weird pull away promo from Rush and MJF, and then it cut away to the show, and then it cut back to Andrade, and Rush is now in his ring gear, and then now we're out to the show, and it's like,
oh well,
I felt like that all felt like it should have built up throughout the show. Like it should have been the Rush pull away. It should have been the Andrade thing somewhere,
and who knows? He may have written it that way and then moved it because of the NBA thing, because somebody was like, hey man, you really want to put this?
That's what it sounds like. Because if you think about it, evidently they gave. So this is what I look at, and then I think, okay, there is some positive changes, or there's some positive things that are happening. Rush did a whole promo
Cheers,
in
brother.
English.
Thank you for stopping by.
Completely.
Much love.
And that was a great promo.
And it was great. It was really good. And then obviously they had another promo that he was gonna do before his match to get pumped.
Yeah.
That was gonna happen at a different time, a different distance. And that promo that Andrade did was really fucking good. It got me, right? It got me in the Mexican feelings, right? So that for me, it's a positive thing, and it's an advancement for both. Because now I gotta say it, and I will say it right now. Tony Khan better make one Mexican champion by the end of the summer, or then I will be fucking pissed. Because if that, because you're teasing me too much, and it doesn't happen. You know what the fuck? We're in the middle of a quinceañera, and we're gonna get kissed or not? What the fuck is going on? You know, it's like,
Right.
And if getting back to your point, Justin, there is ways to tell. Getting back to your point where it feels like a lot of story beats are happening too fast. This is another one of those ones with the Kevin Knight jet speed thing, and then Kevin Knight joining the Don Callis family. It's like if it was me and I was the booker, you know, I still maybe do the Ospreay match at the end, but you know, I have the Don Callis family getting cleared out by the Death Riders, and all of a sudden Kevin Knight shows up to mess up Will Ospreay, and he's like, wait, is he joining the Don Callis family? And just when he's about to do it, you could have jet speed, or you could have Speedball come out and confront him and take him away, which builds up their match for the next week, you know? And that's where it's like, you know, if you had one more week to build up the Speedball and Kevin Knight match, and then you could have probably had that as your main event going into the following week. You know, I agree that there's some of these stories that are being rushed a little bit. And that got me back into the Statlander thing from last week where that felt rushed. It feels like there's this like chaoticness to it where they're like, we just have to really get the best of the stuff going without building some of it up. And that that to me, I can get your point on that. I do see that. I do think that he tells stories his own way, but it's at like a weird pace that I just feel like, you know, give it one more week to breathe and build it up.
One more week. And I'm not saying like do what WWE does where, you know, two people are locked together in a whole cycle no matter what. Like, you know, I think the Natty and Maxine thing really suffered from that. It was like they locked them into this thing, but it was like, how many times are we going to see the exact same match? They did the exact same thing for 4 or 5 weeks, and that was horrible. But then if that had been on AEW, it would have been one night, super booking over, and then you would have completely forgotten about the whole thing too. It's like, I need a middle ground thing. And honestly, I will tell you, the promotion that gets that middle ground right, it's AAA.
Oh,
they do like
TNA.
No, AAA, because they're doing a little bit of the Lucha Underground thing too. It helps where they're doing an event and breaking it into 2 or 3 shows. So the story doesn't go every week, but the story's still going. You get 3 weeks, 3 tapings of a story, and that plays out over a month and a half. So you're not getting bombarded with it. And it's part of why I like Lucha Underground too. That's a better formula. It's a shorter show. You get the matchups you want, and then they have to make the story beats count, you know?
Yeah.
And it works.
To that end, I don't know what they're going to do. And I know I'm jumping to another story. I don't know what they're going to do with that match with Octagon Jr. That
we're going to find out this Saturday.
That was like live.
To watch
it almost felt like it might have ruined the rest of the night if it hadn't been so great, because he was twitching, dude. He was doing the thingy, you know, like.
I read that he is going to recover. He's just going to be out. For a long time.
He looked a little dead. I was making some dark jokes because I'm Mexican and we make dark jokes about.
No, you got. I mean, if you can't laugh about it, then.
Yeah, but it was
resurrect the guy?
It was really terrible. I even deleted the video that I took. Danielle didn't, but I did. It was like, I don't want to have this on my phone.
I get that too.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Yeah, because I have the other angle. Most videos have the angle of him on that side. I have his head, like I had his head landing first. So, didn't want to see it, but I was like, oh, why did I? No.
You know what? They haven't released any reports or anything about it. Like, so medically.
I haven't really heard much about it because Marcel is so over. That's way more important than a guy dying in the ring.
Wrestling show goes on.
No, and you know what? The crazy thing is that they
finished the Owen Hart
They
pay-per-view.
took forever to get down the ramp, like with the paramedics.
They didn't come running.
Like, they didn't come running. They were just like,
Yeah.
And then I was like,
They're
oh, it's for
his
real.
neck's already broken now. What are we gonna do?
Well, what is kayfabe anymore in WWE world? You know, when you got Brock Lesnar doing this and then coming back 2 weeks later, you know, how do you know it's what?
I'll tell you how you know what's what. He actually did retire, and then they were like, "But wait a minute," and then he was like, "Oh, okay,
contract."
That's right.
They marked Henry
and monies. Also,
From what I've heard, it wasn't even so much about the contract as that they really just went to him and they were like, "Bro, we're doing SummerSlam in your hometown. We need you.
Bro,
can we work this out?" And he was just like, "Okay, it's fine. I'll come back." I don't even think he's getting more than he was already supposed to get.
So it wasn't like, bro, we got you out, we kept you out of jail, motherfucker.
I don't think it was that. I think they just really pled their case to him of like we'll come up with something that works for you. We need you in Minnesota for SummerSlam. Like that was the whole point, dude. The whole point was
there.
You in SummerSlam. Like, why did you do the thing with the X and the shoes and the gloves?
Bear is
like,
gonna go and watch that.
Bear will be there, mate. VIP, mate, in part of the WWE.
You are, Bear. You don't lie.
He's signed up for the WWE club with John Cena holding his hand front row.
Yeah, hold on a second. We're talking about all these things, right? And you know, Jacob Fatu also, by the way, is getting cucked and you know, is now like the Stone Cold Steve Austin who likes his boss and all that stuff. But whatever happened to that My WWE thing? Whatever happened to the John Cena Classic? Did we already just forget and erase those?
Wait. First of all, Nick Khan publicly said today that internet opinions and social media will not affect anything that goes on in WWE.
Okay.
So wait a minute.
Like we
So
won't get
Cena,
anybody finishing their entire story because of social media.
So John Cena went and cut a promo by himself. Well, what is going on with this company, bro? Like
I don't know, man. They're becoming very schizophrenic. They're all over the place.
They got too much shit going on, man. They got like 4 promotions going on, and their best one's like down in Mexico.
Hey, I resent that comment.
Well, their other best one's their development brand, and on CW. You know?
Oh, did you hear the tone when he said down in Mexico? I'm offended.
Let's rank shows owned and or affiliated with WWE. Is AAA the best WWE product right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's a lot. There's okay, you could say Raw, SmackDown, Evolve, NXT. You could sort of say TNA, maybe
ID,
TNA, but
ID.
okay. So
you're going with the main programming though. The main.
So no, I'm not even talking about the main programming because I'll tell you what. At this point, I would watch LFG over SmackDown. I might even watch Evolve over SmackDown.
Especially if you're there live, and an indie show live is way more fun than most wrestling TV shows.
I would definitely put NXT above SmackDown. So I would put NXT and Raw kind of almost at the same level some weeks.
But where would you put SmackDown and TNA?
Ooh.
I think I'd probably still give it to SmackDown.
Yeah, because they got better lighting.
Okay, well, what about this?
They have lighting.
What if you did Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, but they brought Road Dogg back to book it?
Can he be special guest referee?
If you also brought back new versions of my favorite Nitro girls, then yes.
Okay.
Like who is the new Tigress? Who's the new Tigress? Who's the new Kimberly Page? Like I need the new versions. Who's the new Stacy Keibler?
They're NXT workers.
Oh, I love Stacy Keibler.
They're all wrestlers now. They don't do the.
They're the NXT girls.
Man.
Yeah, you want to say women
and
back
Tori
like
Wilson as well. Shout out to Tori
Wilson.
Anyway,
Justin's like, I'll watch wrestling match if they bring out women and have them cook and use a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, that's what he's going with.
And wrestle in gravy on Thanksgiving.
You want me to iron your shirt?
Or beat Jeff Jarrett with the ironing board and the frying pan because that could work for me again. I enjoyed that match.
Okay, so they're coming
was
to
good.
Mexico. All the brands are coming to Mexico because
Yeah.
Americans cannot pay for wrestling anymore. So they're getting out of the country, like I said 2 years ago.
Mhm.
I'm only going to Raw because I have not been on a Raw in, I think, I'm not sure, but I think 23 years.
Jesus Christ.
So that is the only reason why I will probably be going. But otherwise, I'll be going to Triple Mania. The only reason why I don't want to go to Triple Mania is because they're gonna put all the good shit in Las Vegas, and they're gonna send us, I don't know, Los Rayos
I don't
or whatever.
think so, from what I've heard.
So what you're gonna get? You're gonna
From what
get
I've
what?
heard, night two is going to be the better night.
Yeah.
Is
That
Night
was
2
his.
here?
Night 2 is always the better night. That's how WWE does it. The B show is night 1.
What are they going to do? They're going to do like what? The two main events are what? Penta and Gable versus that's that first match, and the second match is
The main event has to be
It's
Dominic
Venti and
versus
Dom.
Venti.
That's the second
Dom
night, yeah.
Venti. Yeah, that's gonna be for the Mega Championship.
But the other nights for the Intercontinental, Gable and
Unless
Penta.
they do some weird shit with Rey Mysterio and Dominic.
No, this will be the start of setting it up. This will be the start of setting up.
Oh,
Dom
probably,
versus
yeah.
Ray.
Yeah.
That's part of why they made Ray the GM.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And then he'll start battling.
But
his...
I'm not gonna go to SmackDown. Also,
Here's the crazy. You know what the craziest thing about it is? I like the roster on SmackDown way better than the roster on Raw.
I don't know. I still like to see. The last time I saw Punk, he was choking some Jungle Kid.
I know, but I mean, who are you excited about on Raw right now? You want to see more Jey Uso? You looking forward to LA Knight? You want some more Becky Lynch in your life? I mean, yeah, Oba and Saul.
Yeah, baby.
Oba and Saul. But who are they fighting? Who are they fighting that you care about?
All that only
Seth
does it for
Rollins,
you.
Braun Breaker.
Ooh, I can yell at Braun Breaker in person. You are, oh my god! I'm probably gonna get killed. Well, I'm Mexican, so I can probably have some.
But I'm just saying, like, who are you really excited about? What matchups are you excited about on Raw?
Oh, I'm just going for the experience, baby.
I know, but like,
if I want matchups, I go to AAA.
I like Gunther. He's on SmackDown right now. I like Cody. I like Trick. I like Rhea. I mean, I like Charlotte. All these people are on SmackDown.
I like Charlotte and I like Rhea. Yeah, you're right.
Like everyone that in my mind is like a WWE star, most of them are on SmackDown right now. But I don't like that show. Something about that show does not work for me still. So I apologize because apparently it wasn't Road Dogg's fault.
They've conditioned you now at this point.
You're just getting people fired for no changes.
Sorry, dude. It wasn't me. I
when you have your talent on screen.
No, you cannot do that. No, you cannot take it back. We agree on this. You will be responsible for that guy's unemployment line.
I mean, when you have your talent openly shitting on the product, it kind of sets an
Finn's even on there now. So,
oh, Finn, yeah.
Finn's over there. We called that one wrong. We said Finn was going to go to AAA, and Finn got shipped to SmackDown instead.
He doesn't want to come. He doesn't want to live here because he wants to be in a middle ground. He said this in an interview that he wants to be in a place where he can go and see his family, and they can come back and see his wife's family. Although I don't see him ever.
Yeah, he's thinking about everything but a push at WWE because he's never going to get one.
Yeah, what?
Some guys never do, man. He got his 5 seconds of fame.
Universal champion, it's fine.
That's why Oscar was like, "Hey guys, I got some stuff to do at home for a little bit. I'll be back if you want me back. If not, cool, whatever.
If you need something around like Royal Rumble, give me a call."
Yeah, and she's all over her social media and stuff too. I thought she was gonna just like go home and ghost. No. She's like chilling on the beach and doing like funny posts with her new dog and all sorts of shit. Oscar don't give a bit. All right. You know what? You know what it's time for? Yes, I saw our new dog. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. The dog is cute.
Pops and drops.
Do you like dogs? Yeah, I like dogs.
I like dogs. I like dags.
You like
Dags.
dags?
Dogs are outside. I gotta go let them in.
Oh, do I like dogs? Yeah, I like dogs.
Guys,
Swim
let's
in
have
my-
a real
swim in my-
conversation.
swim in my-
Guys, we got to talk about Bear. Oh, he's back.
Okay.
Yeah, the dogs on AEW. I love them. They're amazing.
Actually, I will say this. I do
They
love them.
promoted the Bucks today.
I thought that was good. I like the Bucks calling them out as the shittiest version of the Bullet Club. That was fun too.
That's my pop of the week. What the dog do?
So
I want to give a shout outs to Leo Rush as well. I'm really
It
enjoying
is.
that AEW.
it is pops and drops time, and that was actually going to be my pop, Coma. So
Sorry
I'll
about
just
that.
go for it.
Did a bar.
I love the Leo Rush can't see you if you're not moving. I don't know where this gimmick is going. I don't know if it makes any sense. I don't know who he's talking to, and I don't care. It was amazing. Orange Cassidy,
They
like
timed it.
No. Orange
the
Cassidy's
cameraman was
face,
telling him, it was
look at-
great.
They
Cameraman was like,
like
freeze. Go. It was like watching what's that Netflix show?
what,
Dancing with the Stars.
the Squid Game.
Yeah, Squid Games. It
Yeah.
was great.
No, Leo
Rush Squid Games is my pop of the week. I absolutely love that moment. That was my favorite thing on the whole show tonight. And kudos to freaking Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight. Like, look, in a week where we saw a lot of 5-star stuff from the last AEW pay-per-view to the Grande Americanos match to the freaking Laredo Kid in Phoenix. Like, that was just a banger of a match. In a week where we have seen a lot of great wrestling, I thought that Mike Bailey and Speedball went out there and had a great moment, a great moment. And I don't know where it goes from here, but I'd like to see them bring that back for that belt on a pay-per-view down the line somewhere with possibly Mike going over. But they got to build it. They got to build it right. That's my pop of the week, though. Leo Rush, Squid Games. Love it.
Good.
Who's got a pop for me?
What the dog doing?
I feel like the Bucks are chronically online. That's what that promo felt like.
That's not a pop, by the way, but yes, I agree with you.
You know,
All
I
right.
think that gimmick that you're talking about with Leo, I think it comes from the whole sort of Smeagol or the Gollum character. But there's a movie called The Descent, and in that there's sort of subterranean golems and stuff, and they can't. They move around, they'll kill you and shit, but if you move, then they know that you're there, kind of thing. So like they can't see you or can't smell you. So I think they're sort of he's playing an angle like that, kind of thing.
I like the Doctor Who Weeping Angels version of it. I don't know if you've ever seen those episodes, but like every time somebody turns around, they're just closer, but they're still statues. Creepy as shit ever, man. They're like these evil angels with like fucking fangs and teeth, and like they get closer and they're like, first they're all nice and angelic, and then the next time you turn around, they're closer. Then you turn back around and they're like up on.
Yeah, right.
For a cheesy ass sci-fi show with like no budget for special effects or whatever, that shit actually scared me as a grown ass man, because that's in the new Doctor Who. That's not even the Doctor Who I watched as a little kid.
The recent episode,
And it's one of those villains that was so good they kept bringing them back. But Weeping Angels, yeah, good stuff.
It's crazy.
All right, who else has got a pop? Give me a pop, Byron. Don't say anything about hockey.
Fuck, you fucked it up.
Yeah, you fucked
Americano. That's the biggest, coolest thing that I saw this week.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, that's.
Well, if that's it. So we went to Riot Lucha, and it is not Lucha Libre. It is like a Mexican pro wrestling company, and it has some lucha spots. and I found like a tribe there. It was really fun. It was pretty cool. I
Tony found
liked
his
it.
indie.
Yeah, exactly. I found you know what he gave me that vibe that I had when I went to those indie shows in Berlin, because it was like a brewery and it had like a barbecue joint with like some burgers and so it felt really Monterrey at the same time. It's
Right.
like it,
And they're bringing
that
talent that you know that you like
yeah
and stuff too. It's
yeah
bro, that was MPW for me when Cross was doing it and Katrina and Selena De La Renta was there and Willie Mack, and you know, that was where I first met Austin Theory and a couple other people came through, and it was just, you know, and every week it was somebody else cool coming through, like Chelsea Green came through, Deanna Purrazzo came through. And it was just a little I mean, it was in a moose lodge.
yeah.
Like the ceiling was so low that you'd do a high spot and you'd hit the ceiling. It happened like 2 or 3 times. It was great.
The only thing that this place is missing is a spotlight. That's
Yeah.
it.
Well,
They need a spotlight. Yeah, but it's fine. It's fine.
I'm pretty sure Cross put Chris Bay through the ceiling in that Moose Lodge for MPW. Just like he went to do a Saito and he lifted him all the way up first and put him through the ceiling stuff and then threw him back. It's just like
yeah.
Jesus.
I'm just happy that I found a. Of course, I mean, no Chelos Grandes. I was there. I saw the whole thing. I cried. Yeah, that's a huge pop. But I mean, you know, that other part and finding, you know, people. I gotta say, you guys have no idea how actual popular Daniela is.
Yeah, I do.
We had to escort her at
She's
one point.
Mexico famous, bro.
Yeah, she's Mexico famous. At one point, it was like, okay, she's getting a lot of requests for photos and stuff. And hey, you know me, I can hang out with like one of the biggest stars.
I do know you. Tommy's like, wait a minute, I'm more famous than she is. What the fuck?
No, man. It was like it was crazy. It was yeah, it was fun. That part was fun too. And then we went to get tacos to our favorite taco place, and everybody loved it. And all these guys were, I mean, like all these guys are influencers. Like I told you, we were watching one of the guys. It's on first row, like on front row, and he's super famous. I didn't know he was. Also, Daniel, Pato. Now I'm gonna call him Pato. Pato. I was like, hey, let's take a photo. And I was going to ask some dude, but then somebody else came around and took the photo for us. But apparently that was a big ass influencer that I was going to ask a photo. Like, take our photo, dude. Like, not take a photo with you. And it's like, oh, he didn't say shit until it actually happened already. Like, you know who that was? I'm like, no, I don't know who that was.
Bro, we used to do this to Jimmy all the time too. Like people would run up and ask me and Byron for photos and like or come and talk to us about MMMshow, and Jimmy would be like, I'm right here. I worked on Captain America Civil War. Fuck these guys. Oh, it'd be so great. Jimmy would just be like, oh. That's good stuff though. I'm glad. Hopefully they keep doing some shows out there. How often do they run?
I think Riot runs once a month.
Okay.
Hopefully they. I mean, it cannot leave. The scene cannot only live on you know shows from AAA and WWE coming over, but it does help. And there's so much people coming.
No, and but this is the other thing. It's like, bro, Lucha Libre is having a moment right now, and I think because of the amount of big American promotions now that have kind of killed the indies, Lucha Libre has a really good opportunity. And like Mass Mania just announced 2 more shows in places they've never run before, and for October. They were supposed to do 2 shows. You know, now they're going on like 10 or 11 shows or whatever. Like it just keeps rolling. So, which is great. And they're finding great luchadors to put on those shows. Because there's no lack of them out there. Coma, you got a pop for this week?
Well, I mean, it's probably going to go to the AAA for what it is. But if I was going to go with something different, I actually really enjoyed the actual main event tonight on AEW. I thought that it was it's kind of like, it was almost like pay-per-view sort of worthy for what it was, how it sort of cascaded into how it played out. I really did enjoy that. I mean, I do enjoy most Osprey matches, and Dunkzilla can really put on a match, man. So it was really good to see them too, with the history that they've got, sort of put a banger on.
You can't really go wrong with Dunk. That's just fun.
Yeah, no, for sure. But like, I think with the triple R, Tony loves that. I think now's the time for WWE, if they really want to push it to a more worldwide audience, that they sort of use that back catalogue to sort of play towards Triple Mania, being obviously their biggest sort of their biggest sort of show. They've really got to get that out to the WWE universe, and sort of put on a marathon or something, just to really open people's eyes up to what the product is.
I think that would also help in Mexico, to tell you the truth, Coma. I think that, like, if WWE starts touting the history that AAA has, even though it is briefer than CMLL's, it's had some really big moments. And if you really want to do what I said earlier of being the winner that writes the history, well, use the brief history that you have to make a case for yourself.
Well, how about this? Why wouldn't they want to put on? Maybe there's a reason. You guys can tell me. Why wouldn't they put on the mask versus mask match for Penta versus Viano?
Well, I don't know, but that was my most recent Lucha de Apuestas that I saw, and people were throwing money at them. That was and it was so much. I mean, no. Let me say something. That the match, the grandest match, it was really brutal. I don't know. I don't know how it looked. I think it looked less brutal on TV than broadcast. That actually,
I don't know. It was brutal enough that they had to Spider Noir it when they rebroadcast it for Netflix.
Yeah, you're right.
Pretty brutal.
Gable got good color.
Marcel no, but I mean, I don't know. Their bodies look pretty beat up too. Like, it sounded really like, like the steps have this sound, right? But I don't know if they use the same step that WWE uses on the top one being different.
I don't think they did.
No, it was used
the triple step, the heavy triple step, the actual steel plate.
And when Pimpy hit Gable with the mariachi guitar, that I was like, they just got this guitar of the El Centro, like they went to one of those stores and they just
but they obviously powdered it, which is also supposed to lessen the impact. But I mean, a lot of those guitar shots are real. And the funny thing is, so up here, what everybody does is they buy these this Fender acoustic that is made in Mexico that costs like $120.
Yeah, it's very brittle.
Apparently in Mexico they didn't buy the cheap Mexican Fender.
We don't make cheap stuff here. We just
it was like when you're in Mexico and you buy something that's made in Mexico, it isn't the garbage that we get up here that says made in Mexico. Is my point, because that guitar
like a pine
looked
guitar.
painful.
So and but that match with Penta and Villano Cuarto, that for me, that was I think even my girlfriend that loves Lucha Libre, like she actually watches just because she loves it. She was like, "Oh yeah, that was a little too much." Penta looks like, I don't know, like a train ran through his
he looks like he lost.
He looks like he lost. Yes, that's what
I mean. But that was the whole thing, like to really pay respect to the end of that. I mean, Viano was like the last of that whole era.
Yeah,
and to really pay respect for it. I mean, there was points in that match where I was like, "Is Pentagon going over? What are we gonna see him get unmasked? Are we getting EV Dub's boy that he calls by his government name? Like, are we about to see a thing?"
Yeah, it was. It
had me a couple times.
That was a crazy match. To that point, I was reading something before we came on the air about how it's always this kind of comments that are like, undermining the Mexican crowd or our economy. But I think I pay more. I think I pay more money for my tickets to AAA that I have ever paid for an American show. Of course, it was 20 years ago, but I think the prices were about. I think I showed you guys that the tickets for AAA were more expensive than SmackDown in like Ohio or some shit.
So how mad are you that the Triple Mania prices look cheaper than that Grande Americanos?
No, you know what? I came out and I spent all this money. I was like, yeah, that was worth it.
It was worth it, yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be changing light bulbs on the next show.
I mean, but WWE is basically already telling you, like, yeah, Triple Mania is not going to be as good as that. We're going to make the ticket prices like half of what that
they need to draw people too.
Also, it's a more like a larger place, right? And they were saying
also they think you guys over in Monterey have more money than people in Mexico City or Las Vegas.
Yeah, they do know that. Yeah. And that's another thing. Like,
how are you doing? I hope you're having a lovely Eden.
Okay. And but no, that's not true. I don't want to sound like the Simpsons in the monorail episode, but like show you what you got, and we will buy it. Right? That's basically what's happening here. And that's what they're coming here.
I'm doing better than Tony is doing. That's all I can tell you.
Do you think that they're pitching that sort of price at the Triple Mania, like to be able to give people the opportunity that are in a worldwide audience that don't really know too much about AAA? Like I said, like exposing it to the WWE universe and, giving people options to go, come check out the show, like at this price, according to like what they did with WrestleMania, for example, how they just extorted people. I was trying to make this point the other day. I think that they're trying to, make it affordable for anyone and everyone to go come check out the product.
That shit backfire really like majorly for them, right? Like they were fucking.
Yeah, I think this is a company turnaround in general. The fact that they're releasing ticket prices ahead of time, they're making it obvious that they're better. I think this is an intentional pivot at this point in time by TKO, and I think we're going to see this for some other events too. I think Triple Mania is a test case for them of like, okay, we weren't really counting on a bunch of this money from AAA anyway. Like our running and expenses for this show are good, so let's bring the prices down for this one, see how it goes, and maybe we need to start doing this. Like, if we can pack a whole weekend based around our C promotion at lower prices, then maybe we can start bringing the other stuff down. So we'll see. Like, trust me, the guys at TKO are not idiots. And as much as Nick Khan is out here publicly saying we don't listen to, which I don't even understand why he's trying to do
say that. Yeah.
Well, I get it because he wants fans to stop trying to push them around. But when the fans do push them around, they are going to be pushed because there's no reason not to be. It's just a silly, like if you spent $160 million on the next Superman movie and you could easily pivot because of public outcry and then still keep the movie out, but do something that makes people more happy, of course you would do it. And wrestling has the benefit of doing that. You botch it terribly one week and the entire crowd shits on it, then the next week you come back and you fix it. Or if your third guy under a hood who's a German playing an American playing a Mexican just happens to accidentally get over, you run with it. It's the best thing about wrestling. It doesn't have to always be the plan. You can make a new plan. So I think this is the new plan personally. Hide the water bottles from Sami Zayn.
H2O, gotta go.
I'm going to give you guys my drop of the week. My drop of the week is this clown mother Jey Uso. How are we going to get to the end of the segment? We got Jacob Fatu, the madman released from prison, chained up again, working the chain gang for the bloodline. He finally puts the finger up in the air. It's this dramatic moment. Then we pan across. Jimmy is all like, yeah, get behind me, Jacob. Roman is up in the front like, yeah, I got my Roman Force Ones on. It's hard as hell. You get over to Jey Uso, and he is breaking so damn hard. He has lost it. He's like, dude, what are you on? And can I get some? What is Jey Uso smoking at 10 minutes into this segment when we're getting the big dramatic moment that is going to be on all of the promo packages from now until WrestleMania next year? Are you going to break character when people aren't even telling jokes? What is wrong with you, Jey Uso? Damn. It's like the Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes press conference all over again. What happened, dog? All you had one job with one finger. That's it. You had one job, one finger. All you had to do was put we the ones and everybody else is the two. That's all you had to do, dog. One finger.
It's so special. So special.
Special, like touched. You hear what this man is saying? Coma saying touched, like God put his finger inside your cranium and stirred some shit up. One finger in the air. We the ones. That's all you had to do, man. Drop of the week. Jey Uso, son of a bitch. Sorry, that just pissed me off so bad. Slowly panning across all the dudes, and you just see Jey Uso breaking so hard. Like, what are you doing, dude?
How many times in this show has Jey Uso been the drop?
And I like Jey. I do. I like Jey.
He's great, man. But
it was so ridiculous, and it took me out of the whole show. Like before that, I'm thinking like, oh, what does this mean? Jacob's in the bloodline now, and like he's not even standing in a good spot. He's like all buried behind Jimmy. Like they actually had me thinking. And then I saw this clown motherfucker, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't even care. Don't even care. All right, who else got a drop? Don't say the San Antonio Spurs.
I got I
got
kind of half a pop and half a drop. Mercedes
4 letters, one job. Yeet.
Mercedes coming back was like nice to see her back. That said, RIP everybody else in that tournament.
Yeah.
Tournament over.
Tournament over.
I mean, that's what I said when I saw Ober win the other one on Raw too. Though I was like, okay, yeah, this tournament is over.
Yeah, I mean, so sorry, RIP everybody. All the other women in the tournament's chances have drastically gone down by adding Mercedes Moné to the equation.
Do you think?
Yeah,
she's gonna go all the way.
I mean, as soon as I heard she was backstage.
I mean, I have a hard time seeing anybody going over her, especially after she's dropped all of her titles. You know, you got to build her back up in the tournaments.
You mean they're signaling that she's going to be the champion now?
I don't know if they're signaling she's going to be the champion. I hope Tekla doesn't lose it because I love Tekla, but obviously Mercedes Moné is probably
bow down to the boss, mate. Bow down to the boss.
You know, I don't know, second, first. I mean, she's top 3 mainstream appeal.
Okay, but the thing I will say is, I was thinking that, like, and as soon as I heard she was at AEW backstage today, I was like, oh, okay, so she's the mystery at the tournament. Got it. She's going to win tonight for sure. Like, all obvious things, but she played the heel at the end of that match. So do you think we're going, and don't get me wrong, Tony Khan does this all the time, but do you think we would actually get a heel Mercedes versus a heel Tekla at all in? I don't know that they would do that.
I think it's going to swing, mate. I think you're going to see the boss, mate, become the more favored here. I think it'll be Tekla.
Well, but I thought so, but you had the perfect opportunity to do that tonight. I mean, she got a huge pop when she came out. So why still play the heel if you're going to do a babyface Sasha right now? I don't. That made me second guess it, Bear. And
we'll see.
It also made me think that Tekla may be dropping the belt before All In.
Well, who is she? Well, she's just started the program with Stardom or whatever, whoever they're going for
But that's Forbidden Door. She's great for Forbidden Door.
So
Wait,
Forbidden
so also
Door, yeah, okay.
They removed the CMLL women from that
Yes.
dance. You know,
That's what I just said. All of a sudden, Stardom is the entire Forbidden Door because there's nothing really forbidden about CMLL. New Japan has been so rated that even if there is something forbidden, do we even care? Like, who are they going to send over that we care about at this point? So, but my question with Mercedes at this point is not is she going to win the Owen, not if she's going to challenge for the title. I think she's the biggest name that you can put in your all-in match while Tony is gone. So you definitely want her there. But who's the opponent? Who is a credible babyface B-side to Mercedes if she's a heel? And who's a credible heel B-side to her if she's a babyface?
Really?
Willow
You
is
guys
that?
doing that? You
How
guys
long is Willow out for?
I think at the moment, you going to put Thunder against her?
Yeah, there you go. That's a good call. Let's do that shit. I'll get
Thunder
paid my-
versus Mercedes at All In?
Oh, that'd be a banger.
Whoa, you can.
I would rather see that. I would rather see that than Stat versus
2 weeks before you got.
I mean, there's a long time between now and All In. You could build a fantastic story to get there and sell a credible.
Bear doesn't want Thunder. That's what he's saying.
It's not what I'm saying. They could build Thunder up. They could do it. They have a lot of. I honestly, so getting back into that, getting back into the way that they're pacing some of these stories right now, I think it's partially because they have some long-term storytelling happening that they're being kind of forced to rush some of this stuff because they're trying to build to probably All In, and they're probably trying to build the Forbidden Door. And some of the storylines that they're having to build to that are kind of having to get rushed because they just don't have enough time to tell the story that they're trying to tell. Would be my guess is why they are kind of blowing through some of the things that they are right now. And so,
I think you've only got 5 choices. I think of people that could potentially be a good B side. They won't be the A side, but could be a good B side to Mercedes. I think you've got possibly Hayter, and it's in Europe, so it's in England, so that could help. Possibly Hayter. Possibly Willow, possibly Thunder, possibly Tekla, if you were going to do a heel thing and a babyface run, or Stat.
That's 6, right?
No, that's 5.
He said 6, maybe.
But I can't think of anybody else that you could elevate even in 3 months. Oh, I know who the other one is and who it might actually even be. Mina Shirakawa.
Mm-hmm.
You could do Mina Shirakawa versus Mercedes at Wembley. Would I want you to? I would do Thunder or Hayter over that, but
you'd have to build it up. Really, I mean, I think it would be a hard story to build, and you'd have to start it right now.
Well, I mean, they are starting it right now. They brought Mercedes into the tournament.
If you have Grand Slam in Mexico City, 2 weeks before, that is some good that is some good get behind kind of a thing. You can do right there. If that's not the way you want to go, I will say Jamie, because she will be over as fucking. But then,
I mean, don't discount Thunder's popularity in England, though.
Oh
and
no,
I'm
she's
because she's the homie. Like I'm literally saying, like, to me, it's Hayter or Thunder. Realistically,
could it be Hayter's the one that, or sorry, not Hayter. Could it be that Thunder's the one that takes the belt off Tekla at either the Grand Slam Mexico or Grand Slam Mexico.
Look, if you
get a short title reign and then you have her, Monet take it off her at All In.
Yeah, absolutely. She loses to Mercedes there.
Let's just book a 4-way dance at All In, mate. Let's just have it like Tekla, Michelle,
Did
Monet.
that already? They do that once a year.
What?
Have a pop of the week. Excalibur signed off on the show with David Lynch Twin Peaks quote, "Fix your hearts or die."
I love it.
Wow.
I have no
awesome.
problem with that.
Cool.
Makes me like him 10 times more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I have to say I have a little bit of a dislike for 4-way female matches at AEW. They don't seem to ever quite go the way that I want them to.
I don't think you want to focus.
Maybe that's my own personal issue. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that, look, you really could build something by putting Thunder back in a program with Tekla leading into Grand Slam, have Thunder get the big win there, and then go on to face Mercedes at All In.
Well, they do.
I think
have
you
been
could build some
planting
big
seeds.
international hype that way.
Or is Mercedes playing a tweener right now, and they can flip her face if they wanted to by having the Sisters of Madness, do the shenanigans shit,
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But then I don't understand why you have her play the heel tonight at all.
Yeah, but is she playing a heel, or is she just playing Monet? And then we'll see where it goes.
She held the pin too long, and she was like grinding it in her face and being a dick at the end.
Yeah, she did do that.
And she grabbed the belt.
Also, keep in mind that was Alex Windsor, so it wouldn't be surprising if Hayter had an issue with it.
Unless you're trying to make somebody with Mercedes. I mean, on the other side, Athena.
I think
you got to get rid of the belt before you can do that.
They probably forgot that you just get a babyface pop when you come back from a return.
Well, maybe
they might have.
They skipped a few steps because you come back as a face, but then you turn heel at some point. But you still have to be like, yeah, everyone likes to see me now. You have to.
Yeah, well, she did it in one match because that's also typical.
Then
that's the first hour of our show.
Trying to keep her heel for whatever reason. I guess maybe because you're having Persephone go over next week and you need her to be heel against Persephone.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Heel,
and that would make sense. Persephone's face.
But if she's heel
in
and
AEW.
she's in theory, if she's taking the belt off Tekla and she's the bad guy, is Tekla getting cheers? Tekla is getting cheers.
No, if you have Mercedes take it off of her. Well, that's why I said she can't. That's why I said you have Hayter or Thunder or a babyface take it off of Tekla first, and then you have Mercedes coming in chasing. You need Mercedes chasing for All In.
Yeah, but that's why I don't think you take. I just think it's weird to take the belt off Tekla going into All In.
No, it's tough to see myself taking the belt off Tekla. I mean, there's got to be a story here with Mercedes getting into All In. I don't know what it is, especially.
Oh man, they've done this so many times that they've
done so many times. They'll just
they had Cheetah hold the belt for a week and a half. And then
like some of the Swerve stuff was like this too, where like Swerve was a heel up until the day he was champion, and then all of a sudden he was just a face overnight. It was so weird.
I mean,
and then he never actually went face. He just got cheered by everybody, so they just kind of booked him as a face. And then the second he didn't have the belt, he was a heel again. It didn't make any kind of sense. But also I would say that for All In, I would like to see the Birds in, a women's tag title match.
Yeah, I know. I'd love to see that. I think they got to build that. I mean, that makes the most sense for who's taking it off them. And they've kept them so far apart for the most part that like it makes the most sense for them logically to be the ones to take the belts off.
Then that puts you back to Willow, Thunder, Stat, or Mina.
I know, and it seems like they're building Stat back up, and I hope they can just do a good story with it. But I mean, I think that was kind of the end of last week's feud, where I don't even know if it's the end of it. I mean, you think it'd be the end.
I love Chris Statlander. I can't see her putting a single ass in a seat in Wembley Stadium right now.
Who?
Well, you're hoping Mercedes can.
Chris Statlander.
Oh man.
I just can't. I can't see it. I can't see it, and it's not her
already
fault.
Too far into the season, to try to do that, and we already tried several times.
He might, though. You know how Tony Khan is. If that was the match he had in his mind a year ago, that's the match he's going to book.
I was thinking about it, and they should just book her like a female Kane.
Yes. Yes,
like
why not?
that should be her. That I was
That's not
thinking
bad.
about it after my rant last week, and I
That's
was
not
like,
bad.
man, how do you just get her over? Like what? Like
Mask her up.
the things that
I'll
are
tell you
working,
how you get her
she's a
over. You
good
make her the
worker.
cross between Sigourney Weaver and the alien.
Yeah.
She's from another planet, but she's this cross between a badass chick and a monster from space.
Yes.
Just give a gimmick like that. It just needs a gimmick to get her over.
Something where she doesn't.
She
really
has
have
that gimmick. They just don't know how to use it.
What I'm saying is like put it, mince it up a little bit more and make it really candy coated. Put a mask on her or something like, and people just pop for that kind of shit.
She won't.
I think you could write Mina to put more asses in seats than you could write Statlander to put asses in seats, but you still have to write it either way.
I think Stat, whatever gimmick you want, whatever her lore is supposed to be, she should be a bad guy and she should be a badass that bullies people.
Yeah.
Yes, she should be Kane. She should be female Kane, where she doesn't have to talk a lot. And then eventually,
she
if you
hates
want to turn her
masks.
face, you could keep her as like a monster, but like kind of like the friendly monster type thing that they did with.
Give her the Kane haircut from that one mask reveal
with the little spotty pieces. No,
or like the
Burn
front lobe is shaved.
Byron, please,
burn her face.
Like
Burn
actually,
it.
yeah, have somebody have
Going back
Tekla or
to
one
the-
of them do the fireball to her face, and then she has to wear a mask from here on out. I mean, just there's something. I mean, there's something to that character in her, and I could see it really working. Like,
but
a monster.
You have to write it. Somebody has to write it.
You
What?
Tony Khan having hanging out for too much now, so that's what you think that. But going back to the Thunder Rosa case, she does go over there every other month, and she has a very dedicated fan base at Riot Cabaret. So
Yeah. And
and
again, that's not 100,000 people, but I think Thunder Rosa could draw 2,000 or 3,000 people easily. I think she draws more than Statlander draws. More, and maybe more than that. But I think a lot of those people are probably already going to be there anyway. But also, I don't know. I think she draws better.
No, not really.
Peter draws better.
These people that go to that show are, some of them are.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, some of them are lucha, but some of them are just like music and like theater fans.
Yeah,
and
theater
stuff
people.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, theater people. Yeah.
But yeah, you bring in the Riot Cabaret champion, it wouldn't hurt.
She has a dedicated fan base in that place that is part of AEW. So,
Is there anybody from like WWE that could show up?
Yeah, there's a lot right now, actually.
New Day.
You could bring in a New Day.
like,
You could bring in a
women's
Shotzi
side.
Blackheart. You could bring in Dakota Kai. There's a few of them that left recently. You could bring in Teresa Serrano, Zoe Serrano, or whatever she's going by now. Though I don't know that she really pops a number either.
Yeah,
but
well,
damn,
I mean, is there anybody that either is, is there anybody that pops a number, from WWE that you could put in that?
Bring them all in at once.
Yeah.
Stable, like a stable of ex people that come across.
An ex friend of Asuka and Eos, maybe. Though, if I was going to bring her in, I would use her for Forbidden Door. If I could.
Maybe you do, and that's maybe how you set up the All In. I mean, who knows what's happening with Forbidden Door? I mean, that's the thing with All In. It's still a long way away. They can tell a good story. There could be somebody that comes in. I mean, there is a way to, like right now, Stat doesn't sell seats, but if you tell a story about a good enough match, the match sells the seats regardless of who's in the match itself. If you do a good job.
Well, and the way I'm looking at it, I think Tony's right. Like with Grand Slam being the week before, with the fact that you're most likely going to put it on Mercedes anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much greater storyline wise who drops it to her. I think Thunder gives you probably the best momentum for what we currently see that's in play. And if that's not the case, then he's got to put something else in play hella fast. He's either got to finish building up this Mina story. He's got to break up the birds enough to make, Jamie's got to come back pissed that Alex got
to do the tag thing
I think so too. I don't know why
Thunder,
you wouldn't do that.
And Thunder will be like in Sports Illustrated and in Mexico, and she will be in Fox, and she'll be in Televisa, and she will be on,
and then hanging out with the
ESPN,
ambassador in England.
they will get a reception in the that'll happen.
Yeah, and I mean, she can do the media. I think Willow could potentially do the media too. But we've seen Willow and Mercedes? Like, does anybody care about that? Like, I think Willow is getting to the point where she could be a big enough star to do it. I just don't know that we want to see that story again right now.
Well, we don't even know if she's not going to be hurt by then. Like, she could.
The shoulder it could be like 4 or 6 months. We don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that's assuming she's going to be healthy.
2.5 months, as far as I know.
2.5.
So it'll be right around there, or is that still too long?
No, it's past a little past.
It's just a little past.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. It's interesting. Anybody else got a drop or a pop?
To hold on to like try to round up the whole thing. We don't know who's going to be TBS champion because they even spoken about, like, Tekla did mention something, but
they're doing a thing. Yeah. They're doing a survival of the fittest match.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're trying to downplay it so it doesn't step on the tournament too much right now.
Give it to Sky Blue.
I mean, with Tekla already having a belt in that faction, I don't know.
They just said that the other one needs to get it back.
Julia should get it back.
Oh, okay. Well, then all right.
Follow the storylines. AEW tells stories.
Julia is my favorite champ with that belt of all time anyway.
Yeah,
her run with that belt was phenomenal.
Yeah.
But all right, anybody else got a pop or a drop or anything else to say before I turn this thing off?
Go home.
Everybody,
I'm just gonna
everybody make sure you tune in tomorrow for Quiero Lucha here on the Mass Mats and Mayhem Network.
Get your
I think
brain
it's officially a network if there's a show in Spanish, right?
Yeah. Multilingual,
and my friend that works at Odyssey wants to seriously talk about bringing the show over there. So we're gonna have some conversations, guys. We'll see. Maybe somebody's gonna throw some money at this thing one of these days.
Besides us.
Besides us. Night bags. Sleep tight.
All right.
Rebecca, bye go to bye real ones.
Do the
bye.
thing. Do the thing. Justin, do the thing. Say the word.
I'm just reading all the people.
What are the words? Hold on, I got it written down somewhere.
See you, Daniel. We'll see you in the chat.
This end of the show is brought to you by
Mercedes already left.
We lost already all the people.
That's a home face thing. I can't find the ending of the show, so until next time, stay calm and stay in the mix.